Surprised that Coach Gary Graham goes back with Spencer Martin this evening after Pat Nagel took the hard loss against Colorado. As now Gary kind of going back to that rotation as he was earlier in the season. All right, we're underway here at the Coliseum, and the puck is controlled down into the Missouri zone up along the far boards, and it's quickly cleared out. Here's Southhorn giving chase for the Komets, and he is going to push it up along the far side again. Goes to the captain. It goes to Jamie Shafsma. He goes off the boards and is quickly turned right back into the Komet zone. Here's the rookie Geertsen, going to chase it down over on the left side. He pokes it ahead where it's picked off at the blue line, but the Komets get it right back.
Shafsma.
And here's Shafsma over, centers it over. Here's Crowder, and the Komets are offside.
Both teams haven't seen each other this year, so it's a feeling out process right off the bat. And the curiosity, I think all the fans themselves, a team's got 42 wins, and it's same as the Komet players. You saw them being interviewed today on television. A few of them are very curious about what kind of hockey team they've got, and they're going to go out there very cautious but anxious and want a piece of them.
Komets 3-0 against the Mavericks over the last couple of seasons. Of course, these two teams got together one time in the CHL playoffs in the Central League, and it was one of the best playoff series you'll ever see. But right now, the Mavericks control the tempo here in this only matchup so far this season between the two clubs. As the puck is down in the Komet zone, here's a quick shot. It goes wide of the net. Now it's poked free, and here come the Komets on the attack. Szydlowski 3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Tries to feather it in front. It was broken up by the Mavericks defenseman. Comes down into the corner where it is controlled by Rocco Carzo. He gets it out. He is going to backhand it all the way down. That'll hit the end boards, and Martin will touch it up with the blade of his stick. Cody Soul's going to whip one around, comes over to the far boards. He has got Troy Bourke. Bourke has been hot since he was sent down from San Antonio. He sends it back to Cody Soul. Return pass back to Bourke along the far boards. Belzile drops it back behind him, still in the Komet zone. Here is Cody Soul, now this time on the right side. Plays it ahead up to Garrett Mears. He gets it over the blue line, onside, drops it back to Belzile. Now a pass over to Corbett, and he drops it down low. It goes right on the tape of Belzile in front, and Bourke has it again. Turnaround shot, and making the save is Milner.
Yeah, good quick shot as the Komets threw the puck into the goal crease. Bit of a loose puck there for a split second. Komets got on in a spinner and shot the puck at the goaltender. Really didn't look, and that's Milner's first save of the game right there.
18:06 to go here in the first period. No score, as both teams will get a line change. Shots in the game so far, 2-0 in favor of the Komets, as the puck will be placed to the right of Milner, as Crowder will take the drop for the Komets. And a bit of a false start there, so we'll line it up and do it again. Jesse Root will be Crowder's opponent in the face-off circle. Now Crowder's going to get chased out of there. And insert the captain. And the puck is dropped, and it is won by Missouri. Goes back behind the net for Trevor Ludwig. Ludwig up along the far side, going to send it all the way down. That'll hit the end boards, and picking it up is Jordan Southhorn. Southhorn will get chased out of there by Root up along the far boards. He sends it all the way down.
Going to be icing.
That is going to be an icing, yes indeed. So Missouri will touch it up, and we will skate on down the ice and drop it down in the Komet zone. Quick little congratulations to Andrew Courtney of the Missouri Mavericks. Last night he skated in his 300th pro game all with Missouri. So that's something you don't see very often. So congratulations to Andrew Courtney for skating in his 300th career game all with one team. And on the drop, it is going out to the neutral zone. Now it's kicked back into the Komet zone. Here's Martin going to whip one around. Comes over on the far side where it's picked up by Shafsma. He tries to send it on down to Montgomery. Montgomery took his man off the play, but he lost the puck. And the puck rolls down into the Komet zone. Southhorn's going to whip one around again off the stick, that time of Shafsma. Missouri keeps it in, and they go deep into the corner. Tyler Barnes gives chase for it. Goes up along the far boards. Komets have it, but Shafsma lost it. Back all the way down to the blue line. Here's Crowder working hard in front of the net, but he couldn't whip it away. And it comes down along the far boards. And now coming out to center ice and kicked back in, and we get a whistle.
Hand pass, I believe, yeah. That'll bring it outside the zone, and we'll get a line changed by both teams.
17:03 to go here in the first period. No score between these two top teams in the Western Conference. They'll get together one more time this weekend on Friday night. Start time is 8 o'clock. And And the play continues down in the Comet zone. Here's Mike Embach on his first shift of the night. Tries to go up the wall to Perlini. Goes back to Will Weber. He gets it poke checked away, and he is going to throw it back down into the corner. Weber goes off the glass. He gets caught up in the linesman's skate there in neutral territory. Now it comes out to the center line.
2-on-1.
2-on-1. Perlini
walking in.
Shoots. And a save made by Milner. In front again, and it's gobbled up by Owens. And Owens brings it back down the center of the ice. And the Komets have their first good scoring chance of the night. Perlini and Szydlowski on a 2-on-1. They cannot convert. Here's Szydlowski. He's going to turn the corner, bring it back up ice, gains the Missouri blue line, dishes off. Here's a shot on Milner, and that one will find the netting, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off coming up. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Hey, Komets fans, what's been a tradition in Fort Wayne for more than 50 years? Comet Hockey, of course, and so has another homegrown favorite, Sunbeam Bread. Baked right here in downtown Fort Wayne, delicious, nutritious Sunbeam Bread has been making the best sandwiches for young Komets fans since 1957. Sunbeam is the best-tasting white bread around, and kids love Sunbeam because it's softest and stays softest longest. So pick up a loaf of Sunbeam Bread today and go Komets!
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum, Komets and Mavericks were scoreless. Up along the far boards, Komets get a shot in on Milner. Got the blocker up in time. Goes down in the corner. No score here as play is down in the Missouri zone. Now a puck pops loose to Beaupré. He's at the center line now. Turned back the other way. And back come the Mavericks. They work it down into the Comet zone. Over here onto the right side. The winger lost an edge. That was number 12, Carzo. And now the Komets get it back. Mears, he gets it into the zone. Over into the high slot, hands off. There's a shot. It goes wide off the stick of Corbett. And coming back the other way, here is Jesse Root. Root gets it in deep into the Comet corner. Onto the far side. Now a centering pass. It goes wide up along the far boards. And it's played by Ludwig. Here's the shot. That goes wide again. And into the corner it is played with 15:07 to go in the first period. No score. Up top, here's the shot. And hanging on is Spencer Martin as he takes his first shot of the game. Took Missouri almost 5 full minutes to get that first shot on net.
Yeah, we did a little running around there on that play there and did not play the body. And they finally got it back to the pointman, who took a pretty good wrist shot. Martin from the point saw it all the way and made the save, no rebound.
And here's the face-off to the right of Spencer Martin. And the puck is dropped, and it's controlled by Cody Sold. He plays it off the glass, comes up to the blue line, and the Komets have it. Szydlowski out to Perlini, goes behind Mike Embach. Komets have to get back on sides. Embach gets rubbed off the play as Embach gets it in deep. Well, Weber comes back to help out, and he gains it up along the far boards. Cannot clear it, though. And it comes back down low. Here's Chris Owens in the corner. Wheels it around on the opposite side. Here's Matt Finn, the defenseman. Gets it taken away by Cody Soul. He wheels one around along the far boards, comes up to the blue line.
Got it out.
And here's Finn dropping all the way back into his own end. Long stretch pass off the boards. Will Weber just bats it right back down the ice. And now the Mavericks coming back the other way. It's Finn right on his tape over the blue line. They cross over on side. Here's Finn in on Martin. He centers up. He shoots. And a save made by Martin.
Good save.
Martin saw it all the way. It was right on the money. They worked it beautifully, and back come the Komets with a scoring chance. Here's Perlini over on the left side. He's over, and he's offsides. Mears stepping over just a tad early.
Yeah, Perlini held up just a little bit as he hit the blue line, and Mears, in full stride going down the right side, couldn't put the brakes on, forced the offside, and the whistle and the line change.
We are 6 minutes past here in the first period. No score between the Komets and the Mavericks. Komets were in second place in the Western Conference behind Missouri until Sunday happened when they dropped one in overtime to Colorado. Now the Komets now in third place in the Western Conference, just a point behind Idaho for second place. Komets into the zone and take a quick shot on Milner, and Milner hangs on and he makes the save.
Belzile right over the blue line and cut to the center, waited for the defenseman to get in front, let a pretty good wrist shot go down low, but again Milner made the save with the pad save.
Two big goaltenders. Spencer Martin goes 6'3", 204, and Parker Milner 6'1", 187.
Both pretty agile. No rebounds from either one of them yet.
Belzile will take the drop with Reed Seckel. And the Komets get it. Here's a shot. Save made. A rebound. It goes wide. Deflected, it looked like. And now the Mavericks have a
penalty coming.
First penalty of the night. It's going to be a slash. And it is going to be on Missouri.
So behind the net, they had the defenseman up in there, Corbett, in there forechecking. He got possession of the puck, and then all of a sudden, chop. Cross-checking penalty to Missouri. Komets' first power play of the game.
Komets 41 goals on the season on the power play and 188 chances. They've been one of the top units all season. And now's a good chance for the Komets to get things going as Zach Tolkinen is sitting out 2 minutes with 13:39 to go in the first. No score as play continues here on this power play. Missouri, they have got the puck in their own zone. Here's a long pass, and it goes right onto the tape of Jesse Root. Root trying to get around Southhorn, and the Komets get the puck back down in their own end. 5-on-4 advantage here for the Komets as Szydlowski wheels one around along the far boards, and it comes down into the corner for Szydlowski. He holds it. Now he's going to send it all the way down, and picking it up is Southhorn at his own blue line. Komets have it again. Here's Mbach with it, pushes it forward to Crowder. They get it into the zone. They're on sides. Here's Perlini on the right wing. He wheels one around to the opposite side. It goes to Mbach. Now he tries to go down low to Crowder.
It's cleared.
And it's cleared all the way down the length of the ice. Here is Spencer Martin coming out to stop it. And it is going to be picked up by Southhorn. Missouri very good on the penalty kill, 86.4%.
Intercepted, knocked out again.
Yep, and they're showing it right now as it goes all the way down to Martin again, down to 56 seconds to go on the power play. Komets have yet to get a scoring chance. Here's Belzile, hits his own blue line, weaves through traffic, gets it far into the corner, and it pops loose along the far boards. We got to fight for it. Belzile comes out to the blue line. Komets cannot hang on to it, and here come the Mavericks on the attack. Here is a shot by Seckel. It goes wide and into the corner. 33 seconds to go on the power play. Corbett stands his man up in the corner. The Komets get the puck back.
Moves the puck.
And here's Belzile cutting it back to the middle of the ice. He's going to go right down the middle. Comes across the blue line on sides. Hands it off on the left side to Bourke. Back over to Mears. Mears has a man in front. Here's a backhander and a save made by the goaltender. Milner got the right leg out in time. Coming up top, here's Mears with it. Stepping up top of the circle, drops it back. He has got Corbett. Corbett over one-timer, and it's not made by the defenseman, and it comes all the way out to the blue line. C.J. Ludwig getting in front of the puck there before it got through to the goaltender Milner. And the penalty is now over with. We're back to 5-on-5. There's a long pass down to Mears, intercepted, turned back the other way. Now Kyle Thomas tries to get into the act, cannot clear it. Here's the shot in on Martin. It goes well wide, and coming back out of the zone are the Komets. Along the right side, high off the glass, comes down into the neutral zone, back down to the Missouri blue line. Ludwig plays it along the far boards. And now the Missouri Mavericks get it into the Komet end, into the near corner. They play it ahead, and here's Crowder with it back the other way. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery in the high slot. He cuts it back to the right. Here's a shot, and it's knocked down by the man in front. Coming out to the blue line, Cody Soule cannot keep it in, and he has to retreat back, but he quickly gets it to Kyle Thomas over the blue line. On the far board, here's Soule with a big shot. Milner with the save, loose on the left side, and it's cleared away. Kyle Thomas, however, lifts the stick of the defender, and he keeps it in the zone. Here's a shot by Weber. It goes wide. Cody Soule on the other side, lost it, and coming back the other way are the Mavericks. Out to the neutral zone. Here's Ross Johnston up along the far boards. He is going to play it with a backhand into the corner, and Cody Soule will try and whip it around. Comes up to the blue line.
Offside. Nice call, linesman.
And the Mavericks are offsides with 10:16 to go here in the first period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
We are half past here in the first period. No score here between the Komets and the Mavericks, live from the Coliseum. As the puck is played down to Spencer Martin, he will smother it and he will get a whistle. And a faceoff will be in the Komet zone when we resume play off of this timeout. Fans, if you're looking for a traditional mortgage or a product tailored to your specific needs, contact Hallmark Home Mortgage at 469-0900 or visit them at hallmarkmortgage.com. Komets have got one more game with Missouri, and it'll be played this Friday night right here at the Coliseum after both teams get an off night. And the game time will be 8 o'clock, and it's part of Pink the Rink weekend to benefit Vera Bradley. And it'll also be the Komets and the Tulsa Oilers. They will get together Saturday to finish up the big weekend before the Komets go on that huge road trip. 2 weeks and just a lot of games. And Robbie, have you ever been on a trip that long?
Not in the IHL, but in the Central League, and I was there, we were gone for 2 weeks and 10 days. But that's a pretty tough time to be away. Number one is you usually run out of clothes and you start having to find a place to get some clothes and buy. So it's a pretty tough trip and everything. So they're going to major cities, though. They're going into Colorado and then, of course, up to Alaska, which will be interesting and probably exciting for a lot of these kids that haven't traveled that much.
And it's a bigger ice surface, from what I understand. It's Olympic size, so it'll be interesting. The Komets dealing with altitude, too, up in Alaska and Colorado, so we'll see how everyone responds to that physically.
Well, we've seen Colorado. We saw them the other night, so that's a big help right there. But Alaska, of course, we haven't seen in 2 years, so that'll be an interesting trip.
And we're ready to drop the puck down here in the Komet zone to the left of Martin. 9:51 to go here in the first. It's been a tight hockey game. No score in this one. Shots right now lopsided, 8-3 in favor of the Komets. But you can tell this Missouri team pretty patient as they whip one around the boards. Comes up to the blue line by the Mavericks. Down low in the Komet zone, back behind the net. Here's Tyler Barnes with it up top to the blue line. Looking to line something up. Here's the shot. Martin got the blocker up. Rebound. It goes wide. Martin a little bit late reacting to that shot.
And we're standing around now chasing.
And Perlini gets a handle on it. He swings it around the far boards, but he can't get it to Geertsen. And it's still down in the Komet zone. Here's Barnes trying to center it. It's deflected, but they get it back. Here's a shot. Comes down into the corner. Geertsen is back along the far boards. And here's Jordan Southhorn working hard against Tyler Barnes. Comes up in front of the net, but the Komets are right there.
Dump it out.
And here's Szydlowski taking his time, trying to get a little bit of space. And the Komets finally move it out of their end. Here's a long pass down to Mbach.
On a line change.
And a fresh set of legs there for the home team, the Fort Wayne Komets. 8:48 to go in the first. Still no score. Puck rolling down to Spencer Martin. He will just put that in his pocket.
Yeah, he saw enough in that last shift there that he figured he better get a whistle, get organized, and start this shift all over again with a fresh line on the ice.
So the face-off now to the right of Martin.
And we've got to continue to play physical. That their last shift looked like it was 5 against 4, and you count the players. We were all out there, but standing around watching too much. They moved the puck too quick.
There's Beaupré up to Mears, up along the far boards. And here's Milner out of the pipes. He will stop it, and he will leave it for Matt Finn. Goes up along the far boards. Komets still have it. Here's a quick centering pass by Mears. Nobody there in a black jersey, and back come the Missouri Mavericks. Beaupré takes his man off the play from behind, comes out to the center line. We got to fight for it. Comes out to Belzile, and he crosses over the blue line, comes up along the far boards. Here's a shot, and a save made by Milner off the stick of Corbett. Coming down into the corner up along the near wall, and here comes Szydlowski. He plays it deep into the Komet corner, into the near side, and here's Beaupré crunching his man off the play. Comes back behind the net, poke checked away by Corbett, and Corbett working it here along the right side. Here's a backhander out to Mears up along the far boards, and he is going to flip it in. Goes wide of Milner, goes back behind the net. We're going to have a penalty call on Perlini.
Yeah. Perlini got in, got his stick down into the defenseman's feet, and he may not intentionally have done it. He was reaching for the puck, and his stick clipped his skates. He went into the boards pretty hard. That's going to draw a penalty. That'll be the first power play for Missouri, as the Komets have had one, and the Komets will be a man short for the next 2 minutes now.
It'll be Perlini in the box after tripping up. Trevor Ludwig. So we'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Elwood's Appliances is Fort Wayne's most trusted source for quality GE appliances. Family owned and operated, Elwood's Appliances has proudly served the Fort Wayne community for more than 40 years and is Fort Wayne's very own GE factory authorized scratch and dent appliance outlet. Get quality, service, and price that the big box stores just cannot provide. Whether you're looking for one appliance or a whole house full, look no further than Elwood's Appliances, 2808 Lower Huntington Road in Fort Wayne, and visit elwoodsappliance.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Missouri on the power play this season, 36 goals on 211 chances. And they start here with a man advantage, 1:34 to go on the power play, and penalty to Perlini. As we're down in the Comet zone, down in the corner, comes up top to the blue line. Here's a quick pass over to Root. Root now goes back the other way on the far side. Here's Seckel with it. He holds it, sending it down low, back underneath the goal line, and now back along the far boards, comes up top. Here's a shot, and deflected in front.
Yeah, it was a high shot, too, about 2 feet off the ice, about waist high, and he just knocked it right out of the air and redirected it on Martin, and he never had any chance at all.
And it was Szydlowski with the shot from the blue line. Didn't see who it was who tipped it. It looked like it may have been Andrew Courtney.
Yeah, and it looked like it was a set play, too. As he wound up, he waited, hesitated. The forward came out into the high slot where he get in front of the defenseman, and then when the shot came, it wasn't a blast. It was sort of a quick wrist shot, and it was up high enough that he could handle it. He redirected it down low, and it goes in the net on a power play.
Looks like it's going to be Tyler Barnes. Barnes is 21st of the season. It is a power play goal.
13-11 it came out.
Number 7, Tyler Barnes. So play resumes down in the Comet zone with the Comets trailing now 1-0 after the power play goal. And it comes back behind the net of Spencer Martin.
Another penalty coming up.
And the Comets going to get...
Going to be holding.
And it's going to be on Beaupré.
Yeah, he got tangled up with the forward behind the net, and he didn't let him go when he should have. He held on to him a little too long as he was down. And by the time he got up, the referee gave him a holding penalty, and the Comets go right back in the penalty box. And this doesn't look like the place we want to be against this team here. Man short again.
Back-to-back power plays for Missouri. And this Missouri team, very, very disciplined and very, very patient. As the puck drops down in the Comet zone, going to be wheeled around up along the far boards out to the blue line. Goes back behind the net. Southorn can't control it. Comes up top to the blue line. And up along the far boards, the Mavericks have it. Into the corner, Geertsen hits his man off the play. It's Barnes again back behind the net, trying to wrap it around. He goes up high along the top of the circle on the left side, goes back down low. And here's Kellen Jones with it along the far boards. Gets around Brock Montgomery. It's Barnes again with it. Now back behind in front. Here's a shot. That one goes wide.
Let a man sneak behind them. Heads up, guys.
Montgomery stands his man up along the far boards. And we get a whistle on the play.
Well, the puck was cleared, but it must have hit somebody on the bench because it's coming right back into the Comet zone. It's still 1 minute and 22 seconds on power play time for Missouri.
5:51 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Missouri. Shots in the game are 9-7 in favor of the Comets, but the Comets trailing 1-0. And here is face-off down in the Comet zone. Mbach to take it. Mavericks win it up along the left point. Here's Tolkanen. Now along the far wall. 1:14 to go in the power play. They drop it down low. And great puck movement here. Here's a one-timer. It goes
deflected wide.
Wide. Hits the end board. Goes off the side of the net and back behind the net. Here's Silvestri with it along the far boards. Tries to go up top, and it's intercepted by Mbach. He goes up along the far wing. They carry it into the
Szydlowski
zone. Szydlowski gets behind one man. Can't get past another one. Goes all the way back into the other end, trying to kill some time off. Here's Martin. He's going to spin one around to Jordan Southorn here on the right side. Goes off the boards, and it's going to roll down into the Missouri zone. 5:06 to go in the first period. 1-0 Missouri. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here this evening as Missouri. They have got the puck in their own zone. Comes up along the far boards. Here's a centering pass as they carry it into the zone.
Cleared the zone.
And it goes back the other way. Here's Barnes with it. He kicks at it, gets it over, off to Root. Root in on Martin, looking for a shot. Had a man cutting in the back door. It was Courtney. He connected. It looks like Martin got a piece of it. Down to 10 seconds to go on the penalty to Gabe Beaupré. And the play is down in the Missouri zone. Here's Root taking it off the stick.
That should do it.
Thomas.
5 on 5.
And here's Beaupré out and insert Jamie Shaftsma into the corner. Back down low in the Komets zone. Geertsen pins his man up against the board, comes down into the corner, comes along the near wall. And now here is Kyle Thomas digging at it in the corner. Cody Soul in there also to help out, but somehow Tyler Burns comes away with the puck. Here's the shot. It gets knocked down, comes along the far boards again. It is Barnes again, comes up top, and here's a cross-ice pass to the right side. In front of the net, goes wide. And the Komets just chasing the puck in their own zone.
Clear the zone on them.
3:49 now to go in the first. And here's Cody Soul back behind the net. He is going to whip one around, cannot clear it, goes deflected and right up in the air. And now Shaftsma is able to move it out to the neutral zone. And the puck now back down to Ludwig in the Missouri blue line. Sends it down to Martin. He will see it into the glove, and he will get a whistle. Gets us down to 3:29 to go in the first period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
We've got 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the first period. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here this evening here on a Deuces Wild Wednesday at the Coliseum, as we have got 2 tickets for just $22, $2 beers and $2 sodas this evening. And you can also get this same deal on Wednesday, March 23rd, and then again on Wednesday, April 6th. And we've got 3:07 to go here in the first period as the play is down in the Komet zone, up along the wall. Here's a shot. It goes off the stick of Martin up along the far boards. The shots are now 9-6 in favor of the Komets, but the Komets trail 1-0. Down in the corner, back behind the net, and it's poked at by Cody Soul. Looks like Soul was hooked there a little bit on the play by 19. That's Ross Johnston, and it comes up along the far boards off the skate of Szydlowski to the blue line. And now back to the opposite blue line where it's batted back the other way and back into the Komet zone. 3-on-3.
Walking in, stay up on him.
Here's a shot by Finn, and Martin makes the save.
Nice save. They had 2 men. They got it to the man on the left side. He walked to the top of the circle, let a pretty good wrist shot go. It was up high. Martin was able to take it off the chaps and hold on as they had 2 guys break into the net.
And that looks like a set play, Robbie, as you said during the power play. They had Carzo right in front. Looked like that shot intended to go high.
Yeah,
and try to
tip it, yeah. Face-off will stay in the Komet zone. New line out there.
And it's Crowder to take the drop. Comes down into the corner to Southhorn. Whips it around to Geertsen up along the far boards. And it comes out to the middle of the ice. Here is Kyle Thomas with it. He tries to weave it through the D. Can't do it. Knocked down. Now it comes loose to Thompson again.
Score! There we are.
Oh, Kyle
Thomas. Yeah.
He got it to Paul Crowder just for a moment. Then it went right back to Kyle Thomas, and he beats the goaltender.
Yeah, a little sloppy outside the blue line, but once they got it over the blue line, Thomas gave it to Crowder. Crowder gave him a little pass right back on the right side. He went in just inside the circle, looked, with between the legs, I believe, and he beat the goaltender Milner with a nice shot and a nice goal to tie the score. Good goal. They needed that.
Sneaky little wrister by Kyle Thomas evens up the score. Thomas just snuck in there, and he beat the goaltender 5-hole right between the legs. And Kyle Thomas knocks this game up at 1.
Crowder, I believe, will get the assist. We'll see who else.
Even strength goal.
24, Kyle Thomas.
Number 9.
Assisting on the goal, number 20, Paul Crowder. Time of the goal, 17 minutes.
1 assist.
Comet goal scored by 24, Thomas.
So we're under 2 to play here in the first.
48.
And here's Milner whipping it around onto the right side. Comes down into the corner. And now Belzile off of his stick. Comes out to the blue line.
If you're seated in section.
Up along the far boards. And here is Cody Soul. Soul down low. And it goes to Belzile. He is going to go back behind the net. And he skates over one defender, lost the play, and it goes back behind, or excuse me, into the Comet zone. Now back behind the net goes Cody Corbett, as he will be chased out of there by Ross Johnston. And it's going to play all the way down, and Carzo plays it back into the Comet zone. Here's Cody Soul. Dishes off to Szydlowski.
Last minute.
Blue line, and we've got 1 minute to go off the boards, and here is Weber. Coming down to Perlini, out to Cody Soul. Soul in the corner, going to flip it around to Perlini off the boards. And now Perlini with a nifty move gets it out of the zone into the neutral zone, gains the Missouri blue line, hands it off to Weber, goes down low to Perlini. Perlini pinned up against the glass, comes up to the blue line. The Comets can't hang on to it. And now here's Cody Soul. Soul up along the far boards, comes off the glass. And it comes up along the near boards where it's played into the Comet zone. Here's a backhander into the corner by Root. Tyler Barnes going in for it. Comes down into the corner. Up top to the blue line. Here's Fenwick.
Control, guys. Get control.
9 seconds left. Coming down in front of the net. Crowder ties his man up. Comes up to the blue line again. Barnes with it. Trying to go to the backhand. Barnes still has it. And he cannot get a shot off. But the Comets a little sloppy there in the final 10 seconds. And this is not a team that you can relax on as the horn sounds. And we are done with 1 period of play here at Fort Wayne. So, Robbie, how do you think the Comets matching up here with the best team in really all minor league hockey right now?
Well, I think they can skate with them. There's no doubt about that. And they can check with them, but they can't stop. And I think the thing I saw, they got into trouble about 3 times during the period. It looked like we were playing 5-on-4, where nobody was moving and staying on the puck. We were standing around watching a little too much, and this team's always moving. They've always got somebody moving. The defense is moving in. All 5 players are involved in the play, and they all move at the same time. And you've got to move with them, and you got to play the body with them. So you can't hesitate. It's going to be 60 minutes of solid hockey.
And they're going to have to also get somebody out in front, because it appears like Missouri, they're trying to screen that goaltender. They go for that high shot, and they try to deflect the shot all period long, and they got one past Spencer Martin on that same play.
Like I say, they keep moving all the time, and when they move, one guy goes in front of the net, the other guy comes around the other side, somebody else is back in front of the net. They're always moving, looking for the open man.
All right.
Good period.
We will take a break. We're tied at 1. We're through 1 period of play. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Have you seen the redesigned 2016 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra pickup trucks? This year's models have the comforts you expect and some great new features the other trucks in their class can only dream of. Made right here in Northeast Indiana, these trucks are assembled by union labor, the proud men and women of UAW 2209. American-made quality and workmanship are the cornerstones of the UAW. That quality can be yours. Stop by your Chevy and GMC dealer to test drive these 2016 models. We know you'll feel the difference.
AM, Fort Wayne.
You're grilling for everyone on game day, and people are hungry. More than that, they're hangry, and it's 95 degrees out, and they're thirsty. That's right, people are thrangry. They need to chill, and that gives you an idea. You remember Coors Light is filtered and bottled cold, so you pass some cold ones out. Suddenly, it's like they're snowboarding in the majestic Rocky Mountains, speeding away from the peaks of Thrangry and down the slopes of yes. So they make with the cheering and let you get with the grilling. Well done. Now it's time for your Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features Max Performance gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the Work Line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years. Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life: mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers Extra Section. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report, presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum. Shane Albarani with you here tonight. We are in a 1-1 hockey game between the Komets and the Missouri Mavericks, and I'm being joined right now by the Journal-Gazette's Justin Cohn. And Coney, first of all, how you feeling? I know you've been under the weather.
A little bit better. Thanks for asking.
Seems to be going around.
Yeah, I think I picked it up. We won't name any names, but some people in the press box up here maybe coughing and sneezing a little bit too much, but it's a hazard of the job.
All right. Well, another hazard of the job right now for the Fort Wayne Komets is playing the Missouri Mavericks. Are you just as curious as really everybody else? Because it's almost like they're an oddity when you see their record.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really well-balanced team. You know, I think some people maybe still have some feelings because they're one of those late-arriving Central Hockey League teams, and they wonder whether they're for real. Well, they are for real. I mean, that whole division's very good, and they've got some of the best individual players in the league, like Tyler Barnes and Jesse Root, and obviously they've had great goaltending, even though they don't have Josh Robinson right now, but the guys they do have are still very good. So it's just a really well-balanced team, and even though they score a lot of goals, it's really mostly about what they do defensively.
And when you see the transaction list, you see more players coming down to Missouri than you do going up to Bridgeport, which I also find is kind of interesting. Maybe it's a different philosophy that the Islanders have as opposed to Colorado or really any other team.
Well, I think the Islanders have a different philosophy in just about every level, right? Yeah, I'm not sure what that says, but they've had enough high draft picks through the years that I would imagine the Islanders would have a lot of prospects to divvy amongst their minor league teams.
And just a quick change direction here. I'm always curious how guys like you and, of course, Blake Sebring from the New Central, how do you guys really come up with a story? Because both of you guys have kind of different styles, and I've always kind of curious about, what makes a good story. Is it's something where you search through like a player's bio if you're doing something on a bio, or if it is about a team, or is it, just giving a report card about the team? Where really does the inspiration come?
Well, I mean, everybody's got their different styles, and everybody has a different time frame too. I mean, we're the only morning paper in town, so we have a little bit of more of a time press, game nights. But I like to, you learn about every player that's on this year's team. And obviously there are guys coming and going, so certainly we won't get through a season where I haven't really done an in-depth feature on any player on the roster, and I like to get analytical as well. So just kind of look at the trends and see what the team's doing well or not doing well, and hopefully ask some insightful questions about it. And I like to I've kind of embraced, as you know, the social media and sort of the younger fan base a little bit, and I try to just think about, okay, if I were sitting out there and I'm on my computer reporter, what would I want to read about with this team? And so I just try to think of it in that respect, and really try to stick with the trends of what the team is doing lately, and kind of build off of that.
And if you were to spend a lot of time, say you found an interesting fact about a player, you do a lot of research, you put a lot of time, and then he's called up 2 days later, do you kind of go, oh?
I mean, I've been in some bad situations.
Or have you done your homework and done everything, getting ready to write something or publish something, and he's gone?
I mean, it's not uncommon for me to call up the team and say, hey, I'm having a story on, this player in 2 days. Is he still going to be here? And hopefully they'll give me an honest answer. But I've run into some situations. I mean, last season in our big season preview package, we did a huge front page feature on Angelo Esposito, and he was gone like 3 days later. So sometimes you just can't control it, but you just got to kind of plan ahead. But you're right. I mean, usually we plan our stories out, at least a few days in advance. And sometimes I do have to have that thought, okay, if I have a feature 5 days from now on Spencer Martin, there's a chance he might not be here, and so I better have a backup plan in place, or they're not going to have a story in the paper. So usually I have what I call something in the hopper just in case somebody gets called up or something like that.
We're talking with Justin Cohn from the Journal-Gazette, and one last question. You haven't been traveling a whole lot this year. We haven't seen you in a lot of road games.
Yeah, it's been a little bit fewer than usual. I mean, usually that's kind of dictated by my schedule versus their schedule, and I cover the Mad Ants as well. But, I still believe that I cover more road games than any of the local media, so we try to get up to as many as we can. And, if that's, I've been to Kalamazoo a few times this year, and Indy a few times, and I think it was at Cincy once. So, it's a lot of regional games, but, one thing you got to keep in mind is they're in a different conference. And so in the playoffs, the travel is going to be a lot, greater potentially. And like any other business, we've got expense accounts that we have to be mindful of. So I have to keep in mind, we could have to make a big trip out to Alaska or Colorado, whereas, the last few years it would have been a drive to Kalamazoo. So you got to be ready for that stuff.
And Justin, also quite handy with the camera, even though you don't see it much. He's not a TV guy, but I think he's been on SportsCenter more often than any of the TV guys.
Yeah, I think I've had something like 6 clips make SportsCenter of comic games. I mean, I shoot video from just about every game I'm covering, and you could always go to journalgazette.net to look at those. And some nights like tonight, I'm shooting still photos as well. I mean, that's kind of being a reporter nowadays. You got to be able to kind of do a little bit of everything. But it's funny because I was looking back through the archives at some of the stuff that I wrote when we first had a blog, and we were the first newspaper in minor league hockey to have a blog. At least that's what I wrote at the time, and I wouldn't have made it up, right? And I know I was one of the first, if not the first, doing video from games. So we try to always be ahead of the curve, and hopefully it's done well for us.
All right, thanks a lot, Justin, for joining me. Justin Cohn from the Journal-Gazette, and you are listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, but thanks to advances in treatment, I survived. And when I look back and see how far I've come, you'd think the last thing on my mind would be a checking account. But a new checking account at Fifth Third Bank can help fund Stand Up to Cancer and their cutting-edge research. This groundbreaking initiative is helping save lives. Like, for instance, my life. Learn more at 53.com/SU2C. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
Member FDIC, Stand Up to Cancer is a program of the Entertainment Industry Foundation, a 501c3 charitable organization.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. Communicating with your fleet of vehicles across the state of Indiana just got easier and safer. Turbo Connect from ERS is a wide area two-way radio system offering talk, text, and GPS fleet management throughout most of Indiana. Turbo Connect meets Department of Transportation regulations for hands-free communications and gives you the peace of mind that you can communicate with your fleet without distraction. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.trboconnect.com.
At Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, buy a truck, get a free Fiat Top. Nobody beats a Dodge Boy deal. So for a limited time only, when you buy any new Ram truck, you get a new 2015 Fiat Top free. No strings, no hidden fees. Buy a truck, get a Fiat Top. Crew cabs, quad cabs, bighorns, Hemi. They all come with a free 2015 Fiat Top, or lease a new truck during truck month and drive home a new 15 1500 crew cab for just $296 per month with 0% APR. It's 2 vehicles for the price of 1. Only at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
The Dodge Boys have the largest selection anywhere.
With over 700 new and used vehicles to choose from. Buy with confidence knowing all of their vehicles are expertly inspected with many coming with factory warranty. It's truck month, so get the truck you've always wanted. And for a limited time only, get a 2015 Fiat Pop free when you purchase any new truck. This offer is only good while supplies last. So go see the Dodge Boys under the giant American flag and online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We built our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets, an auto mechanic service to fit your busy life. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani with you here tonight. We are tied at 1 between the Komets and the Missouri Mavericks. Just 2 goals scored in that first period. First came from Tyler Barnes, his 21st of the season for the Mavericks. That came at 13-11 of the first period. Jones and Szydlowski the assist, and it came on the power play. And then Kyle Thomas for the Komets got the equalizer at 17:48. It was his 9th of the season. Paul Crowder and Mason Geertsen the helpers on that goal. Missouri 1 for 2 on the power play. Komets 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Milner, the goaltender for Missouri, he faced 10 shots, made 9 saves. Spencer Martin on the other end, he faced 8 shots and made 7 saves. All right, we are in the first intermission. We'll take another break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Meet bros Jake, Kenny, and Paul.
I got next, okay?
I guess. They may seem like just a bunch of couch potatoes, but rest assured, something profound is about to take place. Because at any moment now, Jake, Kenny, and Paul will crack open an energizing can of Mountain Dew Kickstart. And regular bros, they will be no more. Holy moly, it's happening! The exhilarating blast of dew and juice is entering their mouths and percolating through every facet of their existence. Before you know it, they'll be rolling on out of here, sliding across the dance floor as if it was strewn with the peels of bro nanas. Then this trio will spend the rest of their waking hours whispering sweet, sweet broetry into the ears of any dame that will listen. And listen they shall. These guys are bro-fessionals. Let's do this. We're coming, world! It all starts with a kick. Mountain Dew Kickstart with dew, juice, and just the right amount of kick. Now available in 6 flavors that taste good. Yum.
If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, 'cause we can make it right. Bumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones to fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
With 16 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or a commitment to lend.
The brand new Bar 145 is now open on North Clinton Street, right beside Baker Street. And you can enjoy gourmet burgers and even build your own with over 200,000 1,000 combinations. Their menu also offers classic bar dishes that have been kicked up a notch. This is the hottest new bar in town with excellent food, craft beers, and perfectly aged bourbon, plus a custom-built patio. The atmosphere is ambient and energetic with live entertainment from the best bands in the Midwest every Friday and Saturday night. Bar 145 is Fort Wayne's first gastropub. Bar 145, burgers, bands, and bourbon.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Back live here at the Coliseum, and we've got a good one going here as we're getting ready to start the second period of play between the Mavericks and the Fort Wayne Komets. Both teams, two of the top teams in the Western Conference. Right now, the Komets chasing the Mavericks in third place in the Western Conference, as Mavericks have been in first place since the start of the season, and we're seeing tonight why they are just as good as they are. They've got that great record. We will take one more break. We are in a tie hockey game, and we'll be playing hockey between the Komets and the Mavericks. When we return, you're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
The word is, remember the feeling you got
Improvement.
when you did something you didn't know you could do?
EMENT. Improvement.
Correct. Get that feeling again at Indiana Wesleyan University. Whether you're interested in attending college for the first time, completing a degree, or earning a graduate degree, IWU can help you reach your goals. Visit IWUdegrees.com. IWU. Anything is possible.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne. The destination is yours with Excursions Trailways Motor Coach Company. Excursions Trailways operates trips from Indiana and Ohio to destinations in the continental U.S. and Canada. Excursions is the proud official motor coach provider of the Komets, Tin Caps, IPFW, and St. Francis. They provide excellent customer service and clean, well-maintained coaches with courteous professional drivers. Choose your destination and give Excursions a call at 260-485-6167 or visit them on the web at excursionstrailways.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
All right, we got a fresh 20 minutes up on the scoreboard here at the Memorial Coliseum. Puck is dropped, and Missouri, or the Komets rather, called for a quick icing call. So we'll come down and we'll drop it down in the Comet zone. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight, and we are currently tied at 1 in the second period.
Let's see, maybe this will open up a little more. They'll play with a little more confidence against this team, and it's got more scoring chances.
Komets have the puck down low in their own zone. Comes out to Shafsma. And out to the blue line, it's played by Crowder. Leaves it for Shafsma. He'll turn the corner, bring it back up ice, and it's broken up by Tyler Barnes, who's just everywhere in front, and they score.
Yeah, you make one little mistake, and they got three guys attacking that net, and they make two nice little passes, and it's in the net before they can move on it.
Kellen Jones is going to get credit for the goal, and it is now 2-1 Missouri.
40-second mark.
As the Missouri Mavericks not letting up, and they're showing why they are the best team in the league.
Yep. Shasma had the puck there, and instead of really making a nice crisp pass across, he tried a little flip backhand and got knocked out of the air, and that was it. 1-2 passes, and bang, it was in the net before Martin could get over.
Went low to the left side on the short side of Martin, and it's now 2-1. Kellen Jones with the goal. And now the Komets are back in the hole once again, down by 1, as we're just about a minute past here in the first period. Cody Soul has got it. He plays up along the far boards, and it comes out now to the blue line. And back to Cody Soul. Soul across the ice pass to Will Weber. Weber, stretch pass all the way down into the Comet end. And here's a shot in on net by Embach.
Deflected.
Embach cutting right in front. Got a piece of it, and it just went wide. Goes off the end boards, and the goaltender Milner will keep it right there.
Yeah, Szydlowski had the puck just in over the blue line. He slowed up a little bit. That gave Embach time to head for the net. He gave him a nice pass right to the goal mouth, but the defenseman fouled Embach, was able to lift the stick right at the time he needed to get the stick on it. That was deflected wide, but a good scoring chance for the Komets going to the net.
Alex Belzile will take the drop for Fort Wayne. Puck down in the Missouri zone.
Kellen Jones gets the goal for Missouri. Gives him a 2-1 lead.
And Secco on the face-off for Missouri. Here's a quick shot off that face-off. Goes off the shoulder of Milner. And here comes Missouri on the attack. 2-on-2 as they cross over the Comet blue line. Coming hard to the net. Now back around it. Here's a shot. It goes wide. And it was
bump. Nice check by the Komets defenseman.
With the shot,
Corbett.
And back come the Komets. It's Bourke over the blue line. His shot taken away by the defenseman in front of the net. Turned back the other way, coming up to the blue line on the right-hand side, coming down to Martin. He will come out and play it, dumping it off the boards. Down in the corner, it is Beaupré with it. Tries to go to the backhand. Knocked down by Szydlowski, but Beaupré gets it back. Him and Szydlowski ride each other into the corner. And now it belongs to Belzile. Here's a cross-ice pass to Bourke. He gets it over, drops it back to Geertsen. He puts it right on the money.
On the net. Good shot.
And Milner sees it right into the crest of his jersey, and we'll have a whistle at another face-off.
Well, Bourke tried to go wide that time. The defenseman stood him up, popped him off the boards, but he was able to get it back to the point. Corbett followed the play up. Good wrist shot on the net. Nice save, Milner.
The Sport 1 Parkview Ice House is proud to be the official practice facility of the Fort Wayne Komets, located on Ice Way, right across from Glenbrook Commons. The Ice House is Fort Wayne's home for hockey. It's never too late to learn how to skate. The Sport 1 Parkview Ice House offers programs to ages 3 and up. Visit icesports.com/Fort Wayne. Play comes out to the neutral zone up along the far boards, and now it comes to the opposite side. Missouri holds the puck. They rolled into the Comet zone. And here's Geertsen going back up along the glass. Trying to go to Montgomery, batted back the other direction and into the corner. Back behind the net, it is Southbourne with it. Whips it around to Geertsen. Back behind the net, Geertsen lost it in front. Gobbled up by Crowder. And it comes off the stick of Kyle Thomas. Comes all the way down into the Missouri zone. Goes back behind the net where Matt Finn fights for it. Poke checked away by Milner. Comes down into the corner. Komets have it. Here's a cross-ice pass over to Cody Stoll. Sends one in. It goes wide, looking for the deflection. Comes up. Here's Weber with a one-timer. That's deflected. Montgomery tries to glove it down. It comes down into the corner and off of the glass. And the Komets still control it, but not for long. Missouri gets it right back, and they bring it up along the right-hand side to Matt Finn. Finn plays it ahead. Comes out to the Comet blue line, where it's controlled by Karza. And Karza puts one in on Spencer Martin. It doesn't get through. Comes along the far boards and feathered all the way out by the Komets. Embach picking it up. Missouri back on D, and going to be offside.
Two-line pass? No, can't be that.
I think they're going to
high stick, maybe? I can't see what the play was because it was fired up the ice. And the Comet, Embach, he knocked it out of the air. May have been a little high with the stick as the face-off goes back outside the blue line.
16:33 to go in the second period. Missouri up 2-1. Kellen Jones got one 40 seconds into this period to give us a score of 2-1. And now the puck is dropped in the neutral zone, controlled by Missouri, up along the far boards. And that one's going to be deflected. We'll have another whistle. Another Deuces Wild Wednesday is happening here tonight at the Coliseum. And the next time for the other Deuces Wild Wednesdays are coming up in March and in April, the 23rd and on April 6th. Get 2 tickets for just $22 plus $2 beers and $2 sodas. It's Deuces Wild Wednesday here at the Coliseum. Puck will be placed on the left-hand side of Parker Milner, the goaltender for Missouri. He has seen 12 shots here in this one. He's only let one go by him as Cody Stoll plays it deep into the corner. Goes back behind the net and comes up along the near wall. Here's Embach trying to get a shot off. Comes out to Beaupré. Beaupré misplayed it at the blue line, and he's able to get back. Comes back to Mbach. Touch pass to Szydlowski. Over to Perlini. Now Mbach with it again. Gives it up to Cody Soul, who slides it back behind the net. He centers it. Nobody there but a white jersey. And coming back the other way, here are the Mavericks. Up along the far boards, it's Ross Johnston. Got the puck taken off of his stick by Beaupré. He's going to send it up along the far wall. Here's Perlini over the blue line. And Perlini just rubbed off the play quite easily. And back come the Mavericks.
Stay up on them now, guys.
Szydlowski takes a shot. It goes wide above the crossbar into the corner. Corbett fighting for it. Comes loose. Here's a shot. It goes wide again. And into the corner it is played up to the blue line and back behind the net. Centering pass. Here's a shot knocked down and comes up along the far board. And here's a huge hit on the far wall. Garrett Mears hits the deck and the Mavericks get the puck back at the Comet blue line. Szydlowski up along the right side. He dishes off. Now it goes back down low. Comes back down in the corner. Penalty called on the Comet.
Corbett going to get a little cross-checking. A little over-aggressive. The man was sort of leaning towards the boards trying to get the puck. Corbett from behind gave him a little jab with the cross-check, and he got nailed, knocked him down. Cross-checking, power play again.
Third time tonight.
Missouri, yep.
Missouri will have the man advantage. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OMNIBUY, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Comets on the penalty kill for the third time tonight. They trail it 2-1 here at the Coliseum. Here's Courtney in front. Tries to feather one down to Barnes, who has a goal here tonight. Goes into the corner. And Geertsen fighting for it down low up along the far boards. It comes out to the blue line. And to the top of the
Crowder on him.
Here's Jesse Root. Puts one in front off the stick of Geertsen. And it's in the blue paint loose. And it comes all the way out. Geertsen almost put that in his own net.
Martin's got to get out a little bit on that, too. If it's in that blue paint, he's got to grab it.
Szydlowski has it for Missouri. He's going to wait. Goes right behind his own net, and he will just leave it for Matt Finn. Up along the far boards. Missouri here with the man advantage for the next 52 seconds. Comes down into the corner. And it belongs to Dolkinen. Far boards up top now to the blue line to Finn. Finn lines it up, comes over to Szydlowski. He comes in, centers it. It goes wide, deflected, and comes into the far corner.
Mbach on him.
Can't get to it. Comes over Finn with a one-timer. That one got some iron. And it's still going to get up into the seats.
Yeah, that was high. It had Szydlowski coming over to rush the defenseman. He let the shot go, went right up high. May have got a piece of Martin, but then off the crossbar and up into the stands.
13:28 now to go in the second period. 2-1 Missouri. Shane Alberani and Robbie Irons here tonight. Comets have got another one with Missouri on Friday right here at the Coliseum, and then back in action on Saturday against the Tulsa Oilers. Comets trail this one by 1. Here is Cody Soul in the corner as the puck took a funny hop off the boards. But the Comets are able to clear it out.
15 seconds power play still.
Coming all the way back down behind Milner. Mavericks are able to dig it out. And here they come on the attack. One last rush on this power play with 3 seconds left. They come off the board.
Do it all even, 5-on-5.
Back behind the net. Here's a centering pass. It's broken up by Cody Soul. Comes up along the near wall. Belzile has it. Belzile.
Nice move.
Burke back to Belzile. Wind up, shoots.
Right on the net. Nice save.
Right on the money. Burke and Belzile worked it beautifully, but Milner not screened at all, saw it all the way, and he makes the easy save.
Yeah, that was good offensive rush. They broke out of their zone, got it up to Belzile. He put it into the center, and a good shot from the centerman, Bourke, as he let shot go pretty good right there.
Gets us down to 12:44 to go here in the second period. And the puck tied up on the dot comes back behind the net. And now it is played forward along the right side. C.J. Ludwig tries to get it, but it goes back the other way. Batted down the length of the ice by the
Zembach.
And here's Zembach coming down. He takes a shot. Milner got a piece of it. Comes off high off the glass and all the way down into the Comet zone. In front of the net, it is Corbett, and that one's going to be deflected into the Comet bench.
Had a stick out in front of the defenseman, hit it. That deflected up into the glass. They get line changes from both sides now.
He's trying to hit Szydlowski there on the far wing. And now we'll get a line change for the Comets.
At least a defense for the Comets.
Mike Embach and Perlini will stay out there. We're skating 5-on-5 here. 12:21 to go in the second. And here's Perlini on the faceoff. Up along the far boards. Here's a cross-ice pass. Szydlowski has it. He whips one around, comes down into the corner, up along the far board. Szydlowski touches it up, comes up to the blue line. He drops it back behind him where the pass is intercepted. Comets feather it forward.
Embach got knocked down.
Yep, Embach was the intended receiver on that play, and he was knocked down. And back comes Missouri. On the right side, comes up to the Comet blue line. Knocked down by Cody Soul in front of the net. And Solar's got it, sends it over to Geertsen. Geertsen up the boards to Mike Embach. Embach gives it a look, goes right back to Soul. Back to Embach at the center line. He crosses over, gains the blue line in. Can he get a shot off? He shoots, and it's knocked down in front. Rebound taken away by Szydlowski. He comes up along the far boards, and we got a whistle called.
And they had it hurt Missouri player, but we had possession of the puck.
Trevor Ludwig.
And that's what the Comets and the crowd are a little upset with. We were getting ready to take the shot, and we kept possession. Szydlowski goes over to talk to the linesman, what's going on? But the referee must have thought he got hit in the face with the puck, and it was in serious trouble. So he blew the whistle. Trainer out there to help the man up.
So Trevor Ludwig being tended to by the training staff. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Want to know what makes the new Tim Hortons croissant breakfast sandwich so special? Some say it's the delicious savory sausage. Or is it, as they say, this ooey gooey cheesiness? Or maybe the fluffy egg omelette? But we all know what makes it extra special. The buttery croissant. Baked fresh in le restaurant every day. It gives your mornings a va-va-voom. You must try the new croissant breakfast sandwich. Just $2.99 plus tax from the Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting breakfast, amazing coffee. At participating U.S. restaurants, prices may vary by region.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
11 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the second period. Comets trail it by 1. Here's a quick shot from the point off the stick of Southhorn. Milner got the right leg out, and Barnes turns it back up along the far boards, and he gets it out of the zone. In neutral territory, Barnes taking the puck right off the Southhorn stick. Comes down in front, can't get a shot, and it comes down into the corner. Comets back now on the attack. Here's Crowder trying to feather one forward to Kyle Thomas. And coming back the other way is Barnes, top of the circle.
Man in front.
Drops it down low. He's cut off by Geertsen off the stick of Shafsma. And now back to the blue line it is played. Missouri sends it all the way into the Comet zone where it is picked up by Geertsen. He skates behind his own net. He brings it out up along the far boards to Belzile.
Dump it in.
Backhander into the corner where it is quickly gobbled up by Steckel for Missouri. Comes up along the right side, and the Comets get it back as Bourke spins it off the boards onto the far side. Muir's touch pass over to Belzile. Belzile avoids the check, spun around, hits the deck, coming up top of the blue line. Here's Corbett with it. Now Corbett to Bourke. He's pinned up against the glass and comes up and
grab and hold and
score
in front.
What a play by Bourke, sticking with it, and Belzile's going to get the goal.
Yeah, it shot the puck into the net as Belzile got the puck on his backhand. He turned around and just let her go. He beat the goaltender right in front of the net. Nice play by Bourke off the wing into the center to Belzile. He makes no mistake. Puts a backhander in, tie it up 2-2.
That play really started with Troy Bourke up along the far boards. He was being held, but he just stuck with the play, and he threw the puck in front, and it goes right on the tape of Belzile, and he knocks it home for the game tire, his 8th of the season.
That's a good one to come back there. They worked hard on that play. Got the puck where they wanted to, got in front. Belzile made no mistake and put it in the net.
10-12 to go here in the second period.
By number 17, Alex Belzile.
As the Komets here looking for more. Here is Southhorn.
Troy Bourke. And number 7, Cody Corbett. Time in the goal, 9 minutes.
And Cody Corbett getting the other helper on that goal. Belzile ties it up at 2. Out to the Komet blue line. Here's Southhorn. A whiff went around. Comes along the far boards to Mbach. And Mbach lost it. Comes up top to the blue line. Southhorn hangs onto it. Gives it up to Perlini. Perlini drops it back to Szydlowski. Szydlowski coming in, takes a shot. Oh, trying to go for that corner. And Milner was right there, and he makes the stop.
Yeah, coming off the off wing as Szydlowski walked in. He used the defenseman as a bit of a screen, went for the high top shelf, and the goaltender snacked it out of the air pretty good.
9:33 to go here in the second period. We got a timeout on the ice. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
We're looking at 9:33 to go in the second period, and we have got a tie hockey game at 2. Right now, shots in the game are lopsided, 18-9 in favor of the Komets. But really, the Mavericks have really dictated play. The Komets' 2 goals just came with them working very, very hard and getting one past Milner.
Yeah, you get the feeling that this Missouri team can break open pretty quickly and pretty quick if they want to. But the Komets working hard at them, and they're getting their goals when they need them, and they've tied it up 2-2.
Here's Southhorn trying to get back on deep. As the play comes into the Komet zone, Kellen Jones comes down low into the corner, and the Komets get it back. Comes along the near boards. Here's Kyle Thomas with it. Lost it to Barnes, who puts it out in front. Martin got a piece of it, and it comes up along the near boards again. Jones spins one down low into the corner. Comes up to Kyle Thomas, who lost an edge.
Got chopped pretty good there.
Knocked down by Barnes, and the Komets still have it, though. Here's Montgomery, got a poke checked away up along the near boards. He tries to send it out to Beaupré. Beaupré comes back for it off the boards, but it's sticked out of the air by Jones. And coming back down into the Komet end, it's played by Cody Corbett. We get a line change on both sides as Corbett goes right up the center of the ice. Has a man. It is Troy Bourke with it. Bourke
right
with
the center.
Goes right up the middle, taking a shot. It's knocked away, comes down into the corner, and it's played up along the far wall for Szydlowski. Now back to the neutral zone it goes. Now it rolls back down to the Komet blue line. Up along the far boards, Beaupré trying to hip check his man off the play. Comes down into the corner. Beaupré has it again in front of the net. Touch pass from Mears. Back to Beaupré, and it's played up along the near wall. Mavericks get it back. Now this time on the far side. Szydlowski has it. Backhander into the Komet zone. Comes down into the corner for Beaupré. With 8:05 to go in the second period, it is 2-2. Troy Bourke with it. Plays it in. And it comes back behind the net. Mavericks have it down in the neutral zone. Comes all the way down to the Komet end. Here's Spencer Martin poking it aside. Comes up along the glass and into the neutral zone. It is played. And that is Carzo for the Mavericks. Return pass back to Carzo. He carries it into the Komet zone where he's met there by Mike Mbach. Still has possession of the puck. It goes back behind the net. And Geertsen with it. Now in front.
Look out.
And it comes out to Mike Mbach. Komets getting a little lazy in front of the net as Mbach picks it up. Cross-ice pass comes out to the Missouri blue line. Coming right back the other way. The Komets have it again in their own end. Cody Soul plays it ahead.
Szydlowski at center.
And here's Sid getting bumped off the play. Comes out to the Missouri blue line and back the other direction. Top of the circle. Here's a shot on Martin. It's going to be knocked down by Geertsen. Centering pass comes up along the far boards and out. 6:57 now to go in the second. Puck played into the Komet zone. Here's Martin. He is going to stop it.
Line change both teams.
Gets it out to Crowder. Crowder up along the far boards. He flips it in. And it comes into the corner, and it comes to Matt Finn. Finn lost it, comes out in front, out to the blue line. Here's Beaupré, puts it back. Here's a shot on the net. And a save made by Milner in the corner. Comes up, and Beaupré could not hang on to it. A little bit too hot for him.
Yeah, Shasma fired the puck back. He couldn't handle the pass.
And Beaupré will retreat back for the Komets. Komets have played it well here the past few minutes, really taking the play to the Mavericks as it comes down into the Missouri zone. There's Shasma in the corner, up along the far wing. And Crowder working hard for it, rolls out in front of the Missouri net. Mavericks get it. Here's Finn with it off the boards, looking for Jesse Root along the far boards, and now it comes down to the Komets. They have it back into the Missouri zone. Drop pass, and nobody there. And the Mavericks coming forward.
Stay up on them. Beaupré.
Into the Komet zone, it's played. Cody Soul is there. Lays it up along the left wing, cuts it back to center of the ice. He gains the Missouri blue line, dishes off on the right-hand side. Here's the shot, and Milner got the blocker up, and it comes out to the opposite side.
Get back,
and
three
the
of them.
Komets have to get back on sides. Here is 22.
Cody
That's
Soul.
Holmstrand. Couldn't get a shot as Soul took him off the play, out to the blue line. And in front, up top, here's a shot taken away, and the Komets trying to get it out of the zone again. Here's Martin back behind the net. He is going to stop it for Corbett. And Corbett gives it a look as we come up on 15 minutes past here in the second period. Perlini drops it back to Corbett at his own blue line. Komets trying to get a little bit of space out there as the play comes all the way down, and that's just a bad play there by the Komets. It's going to be an icing. After they took their time trying to get some space out there, they end up icing the puck, so we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan and Company in Fort Wayne.
Oh, the Komets out shooting the Mavericks tonight 20-9, and it's a 2-2 hockey game, but really the Mavericks have really dictated the tempo, even though the Komets have had more shots on net.
Yeah, there've been a lot of goalmouth scrambles that have not resulted in shots, and good defense by the Komets, but they throw the puck at the net and they make it happen.
Up along the near wall, the Mavericks have it. They play it in. It's Andrew Courtney whipping one around into the corner. Komets go in hard for it. Here's Courtney with it. Comes along the far boards, and it's picked up by Geertsen. Geertsen dumps it over to Szydlowski. He spins around, gives it to Perlini. Perlini gets a little bit of room. He takes his shot.
Look out.
And Finn just got a stick on it, and that one will find the seats.
Yep. Good movement up the ice again. If they break up quickly, they make good passes. It's on the sticks. 3 passes. They were inside the zone. Perlini let the shot go, but the defenseman stepped up on him and deflected it over the glass. Good movement on that play.
Face-off will be down in the Missouri zone. And it'll be Crowder to take the drop, and he will stand in there with Jesse Root.
8 o'clock Friday night. Same 2 teams at it again right here at the Coliseum.
Into the corner it goes with 4:15 to play here in the second period. We're tied at 2. And up along the near wall, Crowder gets dumped. And it comes out to Geertsen. His shot is deflected. Here's Shasma going into the corner for it, being guarded by Finn. Back behind the net. Crowder puts it on net and almost got it through. Here's Crowder in the corner. Up top to Southhorn. Southhorn sends one in, deflected in front, comes down to Finn again with a backhander. He wheels one out to the blue line. Komets keep it in again. Here's Crowder pinned up against the glass. Him and Finn fight for it. Now Crowder goes down, and a call is going to be made.
Yeah,
Geertsen has it. We got a delayed call as Martin leaves the ice. It's going to be touched up by Jesse Root.
Going to be tripping against the Komets right there. Crowder trying to break away from the man off the boards as he spun away, headed for the net. Feet got knocked out. He goes down. Tripping penalty. Komets power play.
Power play time coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Does your high-interest debt make you walk a financial high wire? Conquer your fear of heights with an amazing balance transfer at Partners First Federal Credit Union. Simply transfer your high-interest debt to a Partners First Visa and get 0% annual percentage rate for 12 months and stop the balancing act. For complete details, just go to partnersfirstcu.org or visit any of their 7 Fort Wayne locations. Promotion runs through March 31st. Some restrictions may apply. A one-time 2% balance transfer fee for each balance transfer applies. After the 12 promotional billing cycles, a standard variable APR applies. Rates, terms, and conditions are based on an individual's creditworthiness.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Comets on the power play here with a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Here's Cody Corbett. Oh, weak pass.
Whipped off his stick.
Yep, and it comes all the way down to the Comet zone. Missouri clears it easily. Hits off the end boards, and here's Cody Corbett circling his own net. Brings it up the middle of the ice. Gains his own blue line to Mbach, to Bourke, trying to get behind the defenseman. Can't do it. Slows things up. Comes up top of the blue line. Belzile tries to saucer one over into the corner to Garrett Mears. Out to Bourke. Now back along the right side. Up top. It's Corbett. Corbett going down low. That one's going to be deflected.
Yeah, they don't give you much chance on the blue line there. They got a man right in your face, and that time Corbett, he got the puck as soon as he tried to make a pass, stick down on him, and it got deflected up over the sideboards as the Komets happen to rush their passes a little too much right now.
1:09 to go in the power play. C.J. Young sitting out for tripping at the moment. 2:46 to go in the period. We're tied at 2. And here is Perlaney and Jesse Root, who's got 25 goals. He's tied for the league lead in that category. He's out there in the penalty kill. Here's Szydlowski with a shot.
Net. Good shot,
and
save.
Save made by Milner. Comes up top of the blue line. Southorn cannot hang on to it. Southorn now gets through some traffic. Hands it off to Crowder in front of the net. Here is Szydlowski with it. Now back up top. It is Sid again. Cross-ice pass comes down into the corner. Crowder gives chase to it. Comes up top of the blue line. It's Szydlowski with it. Top of the circle. Sends it up top. And here is Southorn with it. Flips one in. Milner the save. Rebound in front. Oh, Crowder was right there. And he could not convert. Comes up to the blue line to Southorn. Southorn stepping up. Has Szydlowski. Thought about winding up. Puts it in front of the net. Now it's dumped over off the glass.
20 seconds.
Komets still have it. Szydlowski down low. Here's Crowder with it. Back over to Szydlowski.
Here's a shot.
One-timer and goes wide.
That got deflected.
Comes up top to Southorn again. Will he tee it up and try it again? No, over one-timer, and that one will find the netting again with 6 seconds to go on the power play.
Yeah, that went over the far side of Perlini. He let fly on a one-timer. The defenseman got a piece of it, deflected it up into the glass up there. 6 seconds on the power play. One good face-off draw.
Now the Komets have worked hard here on this man advantage. Shots are now 22-9. We're tied at 2, and Komets still on a power play for the next 6 seconds. Drop will be in the Missouri zone. Montgomery wins it cleanly. Here's a shot by Geertsen. Goes wide. Here's a wraparound. Oh, it comes off the Montgomery stick. Here's another shot, and that one all even. Cody Soul could have teed that one up, but his stick broke. And here's the shot on Martin. He makes the stop, comes up along the far boards. Montgomery has it. Out to the blue line. We're back to 5-on-5. Montgomery weaving through traffic as he backhands it into the corner. Back behind the net. It is Tolkinen. And here comes Missouri on a rush. 2-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. They try to float one in front. Play broken up by Geertsen.
Penalty coming.
And Geertsen's going to be sent off.
Yeah, and one of the Missouri players didn't like it. He's bumping Geertsen from behind. But Geertsen got the player as he was sort of leaning a little bit. Got him a little bit from behind and drove him into the boards. And he's down and hurt right now. And Geertsen's going to get at least a 2-minute penalty from this. We'll see if Missouri draws anything for the retaliation on it.
So we'll see what comes of this. We've got 1:05 to go here in the period. We are tied at 2 in the second period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Save on gasoline and get free Comet Hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Komets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. At Marathon, you can earn a 25 cents per gallon savings on gas and a free game ticket. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Kent's injured. Well, our officials are still talking this one over. Geertsen is in the penalty box. Let's see if it's 2, 4, or 5. And this could be a huge make-or-break moment in this game right now.
Talking to both captains right now. 5 minutes, and that's what he got. Boarding. 5 minutes boarding.
Komets 45 Geertsen.
Not good.
A 5-minute major for boarding. Time of the penalty 18 minutes and 55 seconds.
See, I didn't think he drove him into the boards. I thought the guy was leaning a little bit, reaching out for the puck, and he sort of fell on the back of him on a bit of an angle, and that knocked him into the boards. So it's always a tough call. But he talked to both referees, both linesmen, and everybody, and he knew he had bumped the guy a little too hard there. But he's a big boy, and he just didn't hold up on it. So Komets 5 minutes short. 1:05 in the period.
Face off down in the Komet zone to the right of Spencer Martin, who's only seen 10 shots, and we're tied at 2. And here's Kyle Thomas.
The period, 1 minute.
Thomas with it, spins it around. Couldn't get the handle on it. Comes out. And the Komets have it in front of their own net. Komets, one of the best penalty-killing teams in the league, and they also lead the league in shorthanded goals with 11. And here's Barnes with it. Goes into the opposite corner. Missouri definitely going to look to get a quick one here in the final minute of the second period.
Get it out. Nice play.
Comes all the way down to the goaltender, Milner. And it's going to be played by Finn with 27 seconds to go in the period. Finn trying to get around Montgomery. Comes up to the blue line. And he's got Jesse Root up along the near boards. Montgomery back the other way. Here's Southhorn with it with 14 seconds. He'll hold it just for a moment. Now he's going to float one all the way down. And back on the other end is Matt Finn. Finn back behind the net. Will try and bring it out. And it comes off the boards all the way down to Martin. He stops it, and that will do it. Well, the good news is we go to the third and final period tied with the best team in the ECHL. But the bad news is the Komets will be killing off a 5-minute major for Geertsen. We'll still have 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go on that power play when we return to play. And, you know, even though Missouri, they pretty much dictated the tempo, the Komets got some excellent scoring chances. And if you look at the shots on goal, 22-10, you know, the Komets certainly sticking with Missouri right now at the moment.
Well, again, it was surprising about the period. The Komets outshoot them 12-2, and only 2 shots on goal as the Komets did a pretty good job defending the net. And as he said, there were a lot of scrambles around the goal mouth, but the defense was there in the right spot. We're able to clear it, and Missouri not able to get a lot of shots on goal. So that helps on the scoring patches. They ended up tying the period 1-1, and they're tied at 2-2 going into 3. So pretty solid period, and a big job ahead of the Komets with 3 minutes and 55 seconds of penalties to kill. That's the first of this third period.
When tied after 2, Missouri 8-3-0-1 on the season. The Komets are 9-7-3-1 when tied after 40 minutes of play. We'll take a break here, and we'll head to our intermission report. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
WOWO-AM, Fort Wayne.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations: Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne Open MRI on Lake Avenue.
Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier. Because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry, or hot shot whiskey chicken, starting at $9.99. All of the bold flavor, less of the calories. Only at Applebee's. Price and participation varies.
Bees Late Night means half-price select appetizers. Unwind with us Sunday through Thursday after 9 p.m.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Pass on your love of gardening to your children by letting them explore the garden with Midwest Gloves and Gear's full line of Disney products. Mickey Mouse, Princesses, Minnie Mouse, Cars, Fairies, and Frozen are featured in Midwest Disney line of products, including gloves, hats, watering cans, buckets, tools, and much more. When you need gloves and gear, think Midwest Gloves and Gear. Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum, Shane Alvarani with you here this evening as the Komets play in Missouri pretty tough right now. We are currently tied at 2, heading to the third and final period of play here at the Coliseum. And right now I am being joined by Blake Sebring of the News Sentinel. And Blake, I asked Justin Cohen of the Gazette who. Yeah, I know who, but you know what? He's not feeling very well. Let's be nice to Justin here tonight.
Dang it, you take all the fun out of it.
I know. But I asked his opinion, he has an opinion? He does. About this Missouri team. They come in and they're almost like a novelty.
Yeah.
You kind of look at them and, are you all struck, or you think they're overrated, or are they just where you think they are?
No, they're just what I think they are. Very disciplined. And I don't mean that they don't take a lot of penalties, but I mean they're disciplined in their system, and they're disciplined in the plays they run and what they allow you to do. They obviously in the first period had the Komets scouted perfectly. Komets couldn't do anything for the first 10 minutes. And then they loosened up and were able to be more effective. And then the Komets obviously made the adjustments coming back into the second period. The shots were 12-2. It's a very chess match type game.
But even though only outshot Missouri very badly in that second period, this Missouri team still seems very much in control.
Yes.
And especially after that 5-minute major, what was your opinion of that call on Geertsen?
I thought it was a cross check. I didn't know it was a major. But I didn't see where the referee was to see it either. They took a long time. He talked to both linesmen about it too, so there was obviously some question about it. When I first saw it happen, I thought it was a tough play, but it didn't look like it was a dirty play. I thought it was a penalty, but I didn't think it was a dirty play. They must have seen it something else, because they didn't show the replay either, until after the call had been made, which was kind of telling.
Yeah.
Because usually when there's any question like that, they'll show the replay to try to influence the call sometimes.
Blake Sebring is my guest here during the second intermission. And Blake, I want to talk to you a little bit about an article you published earlier in the week about why players leave teams. And I thought it was such a great story. I thought it was unique, and I thought it was gutsy as well, kind of tackling that subject, because on the heels of what happened this past week with Drew Daniels and Joe Perry leaving the team, and you saw a lot of things on social media where people, of course, immediately wanted to blame the coach or management or whatever. And I thought it was really, really neat of you to come out and really dig deep. And you really didn't hold any punches, saying, hey, you know what? These guys are human. You guys have bosses. You don't always like your boss. Things happen, and plus they're human. They have families and things like that get in the way sometimes of your job.
Plus, the thing that got me was these are essentially college kids. They may be 25, 26. They left home at 15. And maturity-wise, they're college kids. And they go through the same problems as college kids. Women, alcohol, distractions, used to getting your own way, and now I got to do what this guy tells me to do, and all of that stuff. It's all everyday normal life that happens to any of us at that age. And that was what I was trying to point out to people. And it doesn't just happen in the minors or just to the Komets. It happens to every team that way. no matter what sport. I mean, my gosh, you could do it in like pro basketball. You could do it baseball. Oh my God, you could do it in baseball. You know, I mean, they're kids. They make mistakes. That's when you're supposed to make the mistakes.
Yes, yes.
You know, that was what it was essentially.
And I think now, and you know, it is the dog days, the hockey season, and I think, you know, even physically and even mentally, some of these players might start getting worn out, especially the guys who are just out of college, who aren't used to playing this many games, and they're just kind of figuring out, saying, hey, maybe pro hockey isn't what I want.
Well, look at Mike Embach. I mean, he's played an extra month and a half than everybody else coming back from Europe. Look at Sean Szydlowski. He spent all summer rehabbing his knee. He didn't really take time off, and both of those guys are dragging a little bit right now. It kind of makes sense. You know, I mean, it is a marathon, not a sprint. You know, and you can't even start getting into the starting blocks looking forward to the playoffs yet. That's why it's dog days.
That's right. And, you know, speaking of the playoffs, we got a lot of hockey yet to be played, but with the Komets being in the Western Conference now, you know, the first round playoff, if things hold, the Komets are in the top 2 or 3 perhaps, it could be a trip to Tulsa. It could be a trip back to Colorado. And who knows, Alaska could still get in the mix. So, you know, that's got to be
second round could be Idaho.
That's right. You know, I think it's very interesting. And with the Komets going on their longest road trip and really in team history, you know, I think, you know, this week, these 3 games at home and then going on that big road trip, if you look back at this season, it may come down to just these 3 weeks when you really look at it.
I think what scares me more than the schedule right now is I've been sick this week. Justin's been sick this week. It's flu time.
Yeah.
And you go out and you get exhausted from this road trip. Oh my God, this could be a month thing. It couldn't just be a week or 2 thing. It could be a month-long thing. And you've got jet lag on top of that. They got to be real careful. And I think one of the things they're doing, they're sending Steve Grogg, the team massage therapist, with them on that trip. That's huge. That is a remarkably smart thing to do, you know, because he can help with some of that, with the jet lag and stuff. I mean, Steve is amazing. And it's always funny to me how every year, the start of the season, the new guys are like, I don't need a massage therapist. And halfway through the year, it's only the veterans who use him at the start of the year. Halfway through the year, half of the team is using him. By the end of the year, oh my God, I can't miss my time with Steve. That's all of them. You know, I mean, they all want to use him by then, you know, and because they need him, because he's such a benefit to have that a lot of teams don't have.
Oh, now you're scaring me, Blake, because I'm going on that trip.
No, but you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, that's when you get tired.
I know exactly what you're saying.
That's when you get sick, is when you're overextended and you're tired, and you know, you let up for one day and bam, it hits you. You know?
Right.
And that's what would scare the crap out of me about this long road trip. You know, they got to come back and play that game in Evansville. That's the one that really, you know, if you were just coming home but to get to Evansville, everybody hates that trip, you know.
Well, they have to come home and then take the bus, turn right back around and take the bus back down to Evansville. Yeah, you're right.
That trip is a killer right there. That's like the cherry on top of that trip.
That's right. So. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Blake, for joining me. We're here in the second intermission. We're tied at 2. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Renegade with legendary Jeep performance and incredible fuel economy, starting at $17,995 minus incentives. Also now on the starting lineup is the all-new redesigned Ram Rebel. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is a new crowd favorite with a muscle to back it up. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Dodge Hellcat. With 707 horsepower, this secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Comet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
$6 footlongs at Subway are here. The nation will never be the same. I'm Kent Gold, overreacting the news. That's right. All your favorite classic footlongs from Subway, like the Subway Club and Steak and Cheese, are now just $6 each all February long. Don't miss out on what my colleagues and I are for no good reason calling Submageddon. $6 classic footlongs at Subway won't last forever. Classic refers to a regular price Subway sandwich. Excludes deluxe footlongs at participating restaurants only. Additional charge for extras plus tax. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. May not be combined with other offers.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Hey girls, want to go to a group class at Speece tonight? I think I'm headed to spin class. The upbeat music and the energetic instructors help me enjoy exercising.
Well, I want to go to yoga. There's nothing better than a calming workout after a stressful day at the office.
I've heard they have Aqua Zumba, but I don't have a Speece membership. How can I try to see if I like it?
Simply bring your Comet ticket stub to receive a free one-week trial. With over 100 group class times, Speece Fitness has a variety of classes to fit anyone's schedule and fitness routine. All group and aqua classes are free to members. Speece Fitness is the premier club offering the most services and amenities in Fort Wayne. In addition to the clean, spacious facility and amazing staff, Speece also offers flexible membership plans, corporate and insurance discounts, and affordable child care. Visit Speece Fitness, located conveniently off I-69, and bring your Comet ticket stub to receive a free one-week trial.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum. Shane Albarani here with you this evening. We are currently tied at 2, and we are going into the third and final period of play. Recapping the scoring in this one, it was Tyler Barnes getting things going in the first period for Missouri. His 21st of the season came at 13-11 of that first period. Kellen Jones and Szydlowski, the helpers on that, and it was on the power play. Komets get even up at Kyle Thomas, his 9th of the season. 17:48 was the time. Geertsen and Crowder the assist, and then it was Kellen Jones, his second point of the night, just 40 seconds in to the second period to make it 2-1 Missouri. Barnes and Root the assist, and then it was Belzile getting the equalizer for the Komets at 9:44. That was his 8th of the year. Bourke and Corbett the assists. Missouri 1 for 4 on the power play. Komets 0 for 2. It was Milner in the pipes for Missouri. He has seen 22 shots, make 20 saves. Spencer Martin has only seen 10 shots and has made 8 saves in this one. And we'll take another break here during the intermission report. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But, Dad, you planned the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads are laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew we needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stat.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're bat poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the clown mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, bully.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo, too?
They truly do. For you, too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say, Tag, we're it.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186, about the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum.
Hey, it's me, your checking account. Listen, there was some suspicious activity like a week ago. Yeah, I meant to tell you earlier, but I forgot. Sorry.
We were curious. Wouldn't you rather have a checking account that puts you in the know faster and helps stop account fraud faster? Open a Fifth Third checking account with instant alerts at 53.com/alerts and get transaction notifications right to your phone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Mobile data and text message charges may apply. Contact provider for details, subject to internet banking terms and conditions.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Back live from Memorial Coliseum. Coliseum. Shane Albarani with you here tonight, and I'll be joined by Robbie Irons in just a few minutes when we drop the puck for the third period. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard quickly, we've got Manchester and Adirondacks 3-2 is the score. Manchester with the lead. We have got a 4-1 score in Florida. South Carolina up on the Everblades, and then Cincinnati 3, Atlanta 2 at the end of 2 periods of play, and Alaska and Colorado just underway out in Colorado. All right, one more break, and then we'll have hockey for you between the Komets and the Mavericks. We're tied at 2. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2016 models. Starting at $16,405, the all-new 2016 Dodge Dart is already a bestseller with great fuel economy and sporty looks. Now get incredible savings and low monthly payments on this new model. The Ram 1500 pickup, 2-time truck of the year with more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial Pro Master Vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the Chrysler Town & Country. 7-passenger seating, dual TV, satellite radio, and all with a great price and exceptional value. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
There we go. Third period underway here at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you. We are tied at 2, but the Komets here have got to kill off a 5-minute major from Mason Geertsen. Still have 3:47 to go on the power play. And Missouri, they start things off here with the puck as Jones brings it up the ice, cuts through the defense, gets it into the Komet zone, hands off onto the left-hand side where it's played by Jesse Root.
Oh, well, way out. Good
and
shot.
It's going to come all the way down. Here's Milner. He will stop it. And it comes back behind the net with 3:24 to go on the power play.
Szydlowski and Bourke out there killing it off.
Szydlowski up along the far boards, gets to Barnes. Off to Jones on the left-hand side. He got 2 points tonight, lost it. And here come the Komets. Here's
got Szydlowski wide. Give it to him.
2-on-1 comes in, and he shoots, and a pad save coming out, or the blocker save, rather, by Milner.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance to throw it across to Szydlowski, who was breaking to the net. He would have had to thread it through a couple of feet to get it to him, but Szydlowski was open if he was able to get it on a stick and redirect it to net. He decided to take the shot. He got the shot on the net, so there's no mistake done there. If you hit the net, the goaltender forced to make the save.
Komets lead the league with 11 shorthanded goals as the puck down in the Missouri zone comes back behind the net. Just 1 minute passed here in the third period. We are tied at 2. Here comes the Mavericks on the attack on the power play. They come up along the far boards. Here's Silvestri with it, comes up to the blue line, and he hands it off to Root. Here's our Finn. Here's a shot.
The net.
Spencer Martin making the
nice
save.
Nice save by Martin right there to hang himself right in there. He was right up on top of the goal crease. That made the decision for him to be able to cut off the angle and to be right on the stick of the man that was trying to deflect it. And he made it up. Good save, scooping it up.
Face off to the right of Martin with 2:42 now to go on the power play. And it comes up to the blue line, held in by the Mavericks. Onto the right side, here's Finn. Back over onto the far boards. Now return pass back to Finn. Finn being shadowed by Montgomery. Look at Montgomery swiping the puck away.
Partial breakaway. I don't know if he's got any speed.
Comes in.
Walk in.
And a save made by Milner, and the net comes dislodged.
Well, their man, back checker, coming back hard. He slipped and fell. He slid into the goaltender and then knocked the net off. But Montgomery got the shot on goal and Milner made another nice save. That's two good chances we've had shorthanded to get a goal and take the lead.
And Montgomery just did not have enough juice in the legs to break away, but he still got a great scoring chance, but Milner got the blocker up. And that's one thing the Komets have done all night is go to that stick side of Milner. Not sure if they've seen something, but that's where they've been picking on him all night. Coming up to the blue line, Komets win the faceoff, and here's Cody Soul going off the boards, and here's Kyle Thomas with it. Goes back to Soul. He is going to slam one all the way down the length of the ice. Milner will come out and stop it. Comes back behind the net. We're down to 2 minutes to go on the power play. Komets killing off a 5-minute major here. Here's Finn going down low to Jones and broken up by Southhorn. Comes down into the corner to Beaupré. He goes back behind the net. He tries to clear it out. Can't do it. Comes up along the far boards. Comes out to the blue line. Far boards is played again. Now Missouri getting some room. Look out. They're dangerous out there. Here's Jones in the corner. Southhorn takes his man off the play. It goes to Kyle Thomas. Thomas has got it now. He will take some time, and he lost the puck, or he gave it up to Chapsma, and he lost it. Here's a shot, and a save made. A rebound comes out, and all the way down the length of the ice, it rolls. Chapsma with the giveaway there. Milner with it back behind the net, gets tangled up with Belzile, comes down to the corner. Belzile riding this man into the corner hard. That's him and Carzo fighting for it.
1 minute in the penalty.
Comes out to Finn. Missouri gets it over into the Comet end, into the corner. Now back behind the net, it rolls. Comes out here, Bourke with it. Bourke drops it behind him for Corbett, and he will send it down.
Good job.
Into the corner, down to 50 seconds to go. And here's Finn. Up along the far boards, look at Mike Embach stealing the puck. He gains the zone.
Got Szydlowski in the spot.
Front shoots, and a save made.
Whoa. Sid had him right where he wanted him, 20 feet out, right down the middle. He took the shot to the glove side, and a nice catching save by the goaltender Milner. And again, Szydlowski stoned as he walked right in and got a good shot. And that's three good ones.
Yeah, the Komets have had more scoring chances on this power play than Missouri.
Yeah, there's three great scoring chances right there. Two partial breakaways, and that one there was all by himself.
And it comes along the near boards, face off down in the Missouri zone, comes out to the center line, batted back the other way by the Komets. Down to 30 seconds now to go on the power play. Kellen Jones swipes one around up along the far boards, held in by the Mavericks, back behind the net, comes up top of the blue line. Anilowski with it. Lines up a pass to the far side. Here's a shot on Martin.
Right in, Martin save
for it, and he drops to his knees and gets the whistle.
Yeah, they let him walk in a little too close on that one. They got about 15 feet out, and he got a good direct shot. But Martin used his size, stood his ground, made the save, and held on to it. 16 seconds left in the in the power play, and the face-off will stay in the Comet zone. So win a draw here, guys, and get her out.
16:21 to go in the third, and we're tied at 2. And the face-off down in the Comet zone.
And we got Chapsma, I believe, yeah.
Chapsma's going to take it, and he wins it. Drops it back to Southhorn. Tries to go upstairs to Kyle Thomas. Thomas turns the corner, brings it up ice. Throws it over to Chapsma. They get it over.
Got Southhorn.
Tries to center it, and now Southhorn.
Well, they're going to call a penalty on it.
And Southhorn goes into the net. Now the Komets will have power play time.
Yeah, Southhorn went to the net, and the defenseman sort of just reared him right to it, and that knocked his balance off. He slid into the net and knocked the net off the mooring, and they're going to get the penalty on the play as, who is it, 24? Yeah, Ludwig. He's going to go in the box. That'll even up. Only 2 seconds on the power play. We'll have power play time.
So the Komets are going to successfully kill off a 5-minute major.
Yes, they are. Good job. Interference, they call it.
Tolkinen getting the call. And the face-off will be down in the Missouri zone. 6:07 to go here in the third. And here's a drop of the puck. Comes out to Szydlowski.
Power play Komets.
Perlini has got it here on the right board. Perlini now walking in, and he gets taken off the play. Held it a little bit too long. Comes up to the blue line. Southhorn, just skips over the blue line.
Boy, that was close. Southhorn not happy with that, yep. Linesman on the far side over there called it as it was spinning when it come back to him and just squirted out over the blue line. The outside is a face-off.
We're still tied at 2. Komets in Missouri. Same two teams Friday night here at the Coliseum, 8 o'clock.
Perlini in the draw.
And the Komets win it. Embach to Southhorn. Has Szydlowski over the blue line. Poke checked away. Sid is able to get back. Gets it over to Southhorn. Now the Komets are on sides, working on a power play. Here's Szydlowski. Top of the circle. Comes over to Southhorn. Opposite side. Back down low. Here's Szydlowski. Crowder looking in. Takes a shot. Perlini with a rebound. That one's knocked down. We got to scramble for it on the right post, and it comes loose into the corner. Szydlowski stepping up. Wrist one, and a save made, and that one goes out of play.
That was top shelf again going for it, and I think the goalie got a piece of it, deflected it up over the glass. And as you said, they're going top shelf on him as much as they can.
And Szydlowski trying to draw Milner to his knees, but he's staying upright. And Milner's a big guy, 6'1", 187. He takes up a lot of real estate.
A couple of good shots on goal again from the power play. Komets still 115.
Shots are 27-13 in favor of the Komets. And the Mavericks have got the puck here as they try and kill this off. Here's Kellen Jones down the left wing. He shoots. That one rattles wide, and it goes off the glass and out of the zone. Komets now have it 3-on-2 as they come over. Here's Mears stopping the play. Sends it over cross ice. Goes off the stick of Shaftsma. Up along the far boards, and a giveaway.
Belzile.
And Root's going to throw it in on Martin with the blocker. Knocks it down. Gets it to Cody Corbett with 46 seconds to go on the power play. Corbett hits his own blue line. Plays it in deep into the corner. Spun around off the glass. Mears got a piece of it, but he couldn't stop it. And it's going to go all the way down into the Komet zone. 30 seconds to go. Here's Corbett taking off the play. Here's a centering pass and a shorthanded chance by Missouri. They've got control of it down in the Komet zone. They will skate out with it, and it's back to Finn trying to get some ticks off the clock here with 19 seconds to go on the power play. Jordan Southhorn with it at the blue line. Goes off the board, and here's Kyle Thomas with it. He's got a goal here tonight.
Shot right in.
He shoots. Oh, and he missed it wide. Rebound coming out to the far post again. Coming out to Soul. Cross ice pass.
Southhorn.
Southhorn walking in. Spins around. Lost the handle on it and could not get a shot off.
All even. 5-on-5.
That does it for the penalty, and Paul Crowder has it at the blue line. Crowder into the offensive zone. He got it poked away. Finn with it. A backhander up along the far boards. And played down into the Komet zone. Here's Martin. Stops it to Soul. Whips it around. He has got Kyle Thomas on the other end of that. Now it's Paul Crowder's turn with it. He gets it down low into the Missouri zone, down into the corner. With 13:38 to go in the game, we're tied at 2. Crowder looking around, has got Szydlowski shooting, and again missed it wide.
Over the net.
And Szydlowski again trying to go top shelf, and he just missed that one. There's Montgomery digging for it in the corner. Comes up. Geertsen's going to try it. His shot is saved. And a rebound loose in front. Crowder had a chance at it. Now he gets it back. Beaupré with it. Beaupré wrist one. That one goes wide. Puck bouncing around. And it comes off the boards. And Missouri clears it out.
It's too many men right there.
Paul Crowder
played the puck.
So the Komets will skate a man down. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. They can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Spies Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
It's Chevy Truck Month. What do you want in a family of trucks? Dependability? Capability? Best-in-class available V8 fuel economy? What if you can get all of this and more? Meet the all-new 2016 Silverado 1500, the new face of strong. Now during Truck Month, see why Chevy is the fastest-growing pickup brand. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. Best-in-class fuel economy with 5.3-liter V8 engine. EPA estimate 16 city, 23 highway MPG two-wheel drive based on latest year-to-year sales growth.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Fifth power play of the night for Missouri. They skate with a man advantage here with 12:31 to go. And the puck comes out to the blue line. Komets cannot clear it. Here's Martin in front. And what a save by Martin.
Yow. There's a game saver right there. The Komets tried to get it out at the blue line. The defenseman stood up, knocked it down, threw it back to the corner. They went to the high slot. Man all by himself. Took the one-timer, and Martin slid himself across and made the glove save. Great save right there.
And that was a big save for Martin in more ways than one, because if there's one hole in his game, it's moving laterally. And him giving back and making that stop was huge. Coming up to the blue line. Here's a shot deflected, comes down into the corner. Down to 1:10 to go on the power play. Out to the blue line. Here's a one-timer.
Yeah, they scored that time. That went from the far left wing on the point over here, way over to the right side on the off wing. The man a one-timer across. He has on far enough angle that when he one-timed it, got good wood. Martin couldn't get over there. When he did, it went right through the legs. They take the power play and go ahead 3-2.
And it comes on the power play.
7:50.
And 12:10 to go in the game. And now Missouri retakes the lead at 3-2. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne, providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their businesses more efficiently. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584. Or online at www.ers2way.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
All right, the Komets beating themselves a little bit tonight. 3-2 is our score.
On the net. Good shot.
And Komets get a scoring chance here, and now a little extracurriculars after the whistle. As the Komets here maybe getting a little frustrated because really here in this third period, the Komets have really taken the play to Missouri.
Well, the defense has got a hold of Mears over there. Wasn't going to let him go. And in front, Bourke is jabber with somebody, and they're pushing and shoving at each other. And they finally break it up. No penalty is going to be called on it, but Missouri showing their muscle in front of the net as the Komets getting a little upset with it all.
So the Komets, they make a mistake. They take a penalty at too many men, bench minor, which results in a power play goal for Missouri. That's the difference in the game right now, 3-2. And after the Komets kill off that 5-minute major and actually getting more shots on net than Missouri did, the Komets were actually flying pretty high there, but then they give up that too many men call, and it results in a power play goal. So 11:44 to go here in the third, and the play will resume outside the Missouri line. 11:38 now to go as the puck rolls down into the Komet zone, comes down into the corner, back behind the net. Here's another centering pass, and that one goes off the side of the cage. Comes down back behind the net to Jordan Southhorn. Southhorn off to Kyle Thomas. Thomas lost it, and it comes down to the blue line where it goes back the other way.
Chasma.
Cody Soul with it, backhander deep into the corner. Here's Kyle Thomas with it. He rims one around, goes along the far board. Stepping up is Southhorn. That's when it's deflected, goes right up in the air, comes up top of the circle. Komets hold on to it, and into the corner it is played. Southhorn bumps his man off the play, back behind the net, comes into the corner. Up to the blue line, it's Cody Soul with it. That puck bouncing around, couldn't control it. And back come.
You got a man breaking in the net.
Here's a shot. It goes well wide. Comes along the near boards. Szydlowski gets it in deep, but Cody Soul is there for the Komets. As we've got 3:33 to go in the game. Cody Soul in on Milner, takes a shot again, got the right shoulder up in time, comes up to the blue line, and the Komets back on defense, but they're back at the 3-on-2 chance. Here's a shot, and it goes wide again up along the far boards. Komets have it.
Opening up a bit now.
Here's Montgomery looking for someone, drags it across, and tries to go to Beaupré. Now Beaupré gets it down low to Montgomery, in front to Mbach, trying to go back to the forehand, couldn't get a shot. And the Mavericks play it down low into the Komet zone. Halfway gone here in the third, 3-2 Missouri. Up along the far boards, Montgomery with it. Over to Geertsen at the blue line, now to the center line. Puck rolls down into the Missouri zone. Now they bat it back the other way off the boards, back out to neutral territory. Touch pass over to Mike Mbach. He carries it in, has Szydlowski.
He walks
it
in.
The room, shoots. Oh, he
gets side of the net.
Side of the net. Sid had a lot of room again. Up along the far boards, out to the blue line. Here's Mbach, puts it in front, tried to tip it, and it was Bourke, and the Mavericks are able to clear it. Icing is the call. 9:23 to go in the game. 3-2 Missouri. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
The Fort Wayne Holiday Inn, next to the Memorial Coliseum, is the official hotel of the Fort Wayne Komets. The hotel has special Comet hockey packages that include deluxe room accommodations, plus 2 tickets to a Komets home game. Enjoy dinner before the game at the Mastodon Grill, or a drink after the game in the Faculty Lounge. With 6,000 square feet of banquet facilities, the Fort Wayne Holiday Inn is perfect for your holiday parties. Call 482-3800.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
We've got 9:08 to go here in the game, and it is a 3-2 game. Missouri with the lead, and we got a quick timeout on the ice, so we will actually take another break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being. And take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life. Mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
I can hear them, Mike. That's it.
All right, coming off the timeout, Komets trail this one by a score of 3-2. Same 2 teams on Friday. So if you stayed away tonight, don't let the weather have you stay away on Friday when the Komets and the Mavericks will get together one more time.
Well, 9:08 left in this game. It's far from being over. And I think the Komets just got to bear down right now. How bad do they want it and go after them? I don't think they really are playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing sort of with a little defense in their mind, and they've got to open it up a little bit and see if they can score some goals here. 29 shots against 16.
9:08 to go in the game. And the face-off in the Comet zone. And it comes up to Finn. Takes a shot. He scores.
From the point. The point, and the man from the face-off went right to the net. Another deflection as he cut across in front. He gets it in over the goal pads, and they go ahead 4-2.
And it was
not a good draw there.
Root from Finn. And Root just took a shot from
Chasma, I think, took the draw.
And it just came to the point, and the man snuck in there on the back door, and they knocked it past Spencer Martin.
Yep, there's the shot from the point.
Goal, his 26th of the season, scored by number 20, Jesse Root. Assisting on the goal, number 44, Matt Finn, and number 36, Kellen Jones. Time of goal, 10 minutes, 55 seconds.
Work on the draws, guys.
20 Root, assist 44 Finn, and 36 Jones at 10:55.
So Kellen Jones with his 3rd point tonight, and Missouri now up by 2. And it comes down into the corner. They wrap it around along the far boards. Missouri tries to center it. Play is knocked away by Beaupré. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Finn. Finn with it. Goes back behind the net. He rolls it along the end boards. Comes out to Beaupré in the corner. And the Komets still unable to get it out of their own end. Here's Cody Corbett with it. Skates in front of his own net. Gives it a look. Comes up along the right wall. And this one will come down, and that's an icing call.
Taking a look at the Mara.
That gets us down to 8:18 to go in the game. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Finally,
trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811. To schedule an appointment.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Penalty coming up.
Coming off the icing call. And the Komets.
Against the Komets, too. High sticking. Going to be to Beaupré. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Corbett. 7. That'll be high sticking. Komets a man short. 8:09 to go. Down by 2. Man short. Not a good sign. Need a short-handed one. They had a couple of chances early in the third period here when they were short for 3.5 minutes. They had 3 or 4 great scoring chances and weren't able to put it away. Maybe we can sneak one here. Crowder out for the draw.
And it's a double minor, 4 minutes for Corbett.
For high stick. This guy gets a little crazy with these penalties, doesn't he?
Nice.
5 minute and now a double minor.
8 minutes to go in the game. Komets are down by a pair. And it comes out to the Missouri blue line, and it comes out now to the center line, and the Mavericks have it. Here is Barnes with it. Skates in front of his own net, comes along into the corner. And here's Kellen Jones with it up along the far boards. Here's a long pass, hits the Komet blue line. They try to float one in front. Cody Soul steps in front of his man, comes up top of the blue line, and it comes all the way down. Milner will stop it. And he is going to leave it for Szydlowski. And he will promptly leave it for Finn. Finn gets plenty of room out there, puts it in front of his own net, throws it all the way along the far boards, and that's an icing.
So what they call.
7:12 to go here in the third period. 4-2 is the score. Komets skating short once again. I believe it's the 6th time tonight they've been skating a man down, and that's something, you can't give the best team in the ECHL a lot of chances on the power play.
Well, they've scored 4 goals. 2 of them have been on power play situations, so you got to stay out of that box against these guys. Shasma for the draw.
Comes along the far boards. Here's a shot, and a save made by Milner again. Got the blocker up. And the Mavericks trying to dig it out of their own end on the power play, batted back the other direction. And now it is picked up by Szydlowski. Will skate in front of his own net, dishes off to Carzo, gets around Southhorn. He plays it in, and it comes out to Shafsma. He wings one around, comes off the boards. Kyle Thomas off of his stick, and here comes Kyle Thomas.
He's got an angle.
Side, comes down in front, puts it on net, rebounded. Shafsma's turn. He comes in front, and it goes just wide. Comes up. Here's another opportunity. This time,
save. Another save.
And Milner makes the save. Back behind the net. Southhorn gets tangled up with his man, and it comes loose, and it belongs to Szydlowski, and he will bring it through the neutral zone, dumps it off the boards, and it goes back behind the net. Cody Soul pins his man up against the glass, back behind Spencer Martin with 6:13 to go in the game. Comes up top to the blue line, 2 minutes to go on the power play. And here's Jones walking in. He gets shadowed by Mike Embach. Embach clears it out, and here's Embach with a little bit of room. Carries it over the blue line. He gets cut off, lost the puck into the corner.
They're all over him.
He gets it right back, has a man right out in front.
Yeah, Szydlowski there, couldn't get it to him.
Couldn't give it to Szydlowski. He was wide open. 1:37 now to go on the power play. They carry it over into the Komet zone and into the corner. Back behind the net.
Wiped out. Nice check.
Comes out to Embach, poke checked away, comes up to the blue line, and now here's Mike Embach with it. Skating over the blue line, poked away again. Here's Courtney, avoids a check from Beaupré, carries it into the Komet zone over on the right side. Here's Root with it, he centers it. Szydlowski has it in the corner. Szydlowski back to Southhorn, and Southhorn throws it all the way down.
And missed pass, that'll be icing. Well, they're killing the penalty, so they're all right. Still a minute on the power play.
5:10 to go in the game, and we're under a minute to go in the power play. Carzo with it, hits his own blue line, trying to get around Belzile. Belzile shadows him right back into his own zone. Here's a cross-ice pass to Finn, and he carries it back out to his own blue line. Up along the far boards, comes off the stanchions, comes right behind Spencer Martin, where he will play it. Martin into the corner, whips it around to Bourke, and he will get it all the way out of the zone.
They dump it down. 35 seconds. No hurry, Missouri, right now.
Milner will stop it with 4:34 to go in the game. Plays it ahead, gets it to Seckel down the left side. Cross-ice pass into the corner to Szydlowski. He's cut off by Geertsen. Now up along the far boards, comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot, a save made by Milner. And it comes all the way down as Martin makes the save. Now Milner will stop it, and he will leave it for number 24. That is C.J. Ludwig.
All even, 5-on-5.
Referee gets in front of the pass as Barnes dumps it off the boards, comes out to Southhorn at the blue line, turns it back the other direction for Crowder. Crowder hands it off. Here's a shot, save made. Milner
Rebound
in front, comes up. Here's a shot.
Oh, there we are.
And the Komets still with life as Beaupré
got it.
mops up the rebound, and he sends it over the left shoulder of the goaltender Milner, and it's 4-3. 3:50 to go in the game. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
$6 footlongs at Subway are here. The nation will never be the same. I'm Kent Gold, overreacting the news. That's right. All your favorite classic footlongs from Subway, like the Subway Club and Steak and Cheese, are now just $6 each all February long. Don't miss out on what my colleagues and I are for no good reason calling Submageddon. $6 classic footlongs at Subway won't last forever. Classic refers to a regular price Subway sandwich, excludes deluxe footlongs at participating restaurants only. Additional charge for extras plus tax. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii, may not be combined with other offers.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
3:38 to go in the game. Komets down by 1. And here is Kyle Thomas with it at the blue line. He plays it into the neutral zone, gets it out to Bourke, who carries it into the Missouri zone, up along the far boards, comes up along the far side, and it comes out to Cody Soul, who sends one in on Milner. He makes the stop as Paul Crowder and Szydlowski with the assist on that goal. And the Komets have it in the neutral zone with 3:05 to go. Down by a goal. Shots are 34-18 in favor of the Komets. Here's Corbett with it. He gains his own blue line, weaves through traffic, gets it into the zone, takes a shot.
The net rebound.
Rebound in front, and it goes wide. And Milner makes 2 saves. Coming high off the glass, comes down to the blue line, and we're going to have a break around. Here's Barnes, in on, he shoots, and a save made. Rebound, cut back by Martin.
Threw it back in the slot. Trailer got the shot. Here we come.
Here's Mears, top of the circle. He shoots, and a save made. Milner, and Shasma had a chance to wrap it around, and he was cut off by Jones. Up along the far boards, Geertsen misses a check, but Embach is right there. 2:21 to go in the game. Komets down by 1. Here's Beaupré up along the far boards. Carries it in, and he dumps it behind the net. Here's Milner. Will whip it around, comes up to the blue line. Here's Geertsen, spins around. His shot. Oh, Milner never saw it.
No, he didn't.
Comes down into the corner, up along the far boards, and all the way down.
Waved off, no icing.
And Martin will stop it. We're under 2 to play. Geertsen back behind the net, up along the far boards. It's Perlini with it, gets it into the corner. Here's Crowder. Runs his man into the corner. Now Perlini in there to help out. 1:45 to go in the game.
Goaltender getting ready to come
for it as Martin about halfway to the bench. Crowder has it up top. Here's a shot. Milner the save. Rebound comes up to the blue line, and Soul can't hang on to it, and Martin will have to stay in the net. Now here is Southhorn, pushes it forward to Szydlowski, and here comes Martin. Off the ice he comes, extra attacker on for the Komets, and it's in the form of Alex Belzile. Here's Crowder down low, he shoots, Milner the save, back behind the net, centering, knocked away, Belzile up with it again, to the blue line. Here's Szydlowski stepping up, he shoots, Milner the save, and Milner's got to smother it. Needed some help there.
A little pushing and shoving in front, but they walk off.
Seckel had to corral it and give it right back to the goaltender.
Szydlowski got a good shot on the net. He waited for somebody to get in front and screen him, but it went right through. The goaltender made the save. The puck was laying there. Defense helped out. No second rebound, and again, Milner is able to grab on and freeze the puck. 1:05 to go, face-off in Missouri zone.
40th shot of the game for the Komets. Out shooting Missouri 2-1, yet the Komets trail by 1.
Yeah, they're going to have to call timeout here and get a play or something. There they go. Komets call timeout.
1:05 to go, and we will take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Maybe it's hot out today, or maybe it's cold, but this weather's got you thinking about heading to the bar for an ice-cold Coors Light. Maybe it's a bar built into the steep cliff face of the Rocky Mountains with a waterfall that pours down on a multitude of Coors Lights, chilling them with the frigid power of a Rocky Mountain stream. You order one and it suddenly appears in your hand. It's so cold you feel like a giant eagle riding on cool winds, content with your foray into Rocky Mountain country. Forgot about the weather already, didn't you? Thanks, Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
1 minute and 5 seconds left to go here at the Coliseum. Komets looking to get a goal here to tie things up and maybe send it to overtime.
Well, Graham's drawing up the play. He's got everybody on the same page, and that's what you want right now. Now it's a matter of winning the draw, getting it back to the point, and using the play. Looks like Belzile will take the draw.
Empty net for the Komets on the extra attacker. And look at Southbourne back on the point. Szydlowski back there as well. And Belzile wins it. Comes up along the far board. Szydlowski tries to go to Mears. Goes down low. Here's Crowder with it. Belzile to Bourke. Bourke fighting for it down in the corner. Puts it in front, and it goes wide. Comes up along to the blue line. Szydlowski has it. 1 minute to play. Belzile with it. Back up to Szydlowski. He tees it up. He shoots. It's never got through. Comes into the corner off the glass. Szydlowski hanging on to it again. Komets have it up along the far boards. Belzile fighting for it. And it comes loose out to the blue line, and they're able to golf it out of there. Szydlowski has it with 30 seconds. Southbourne has it. Turns the corner, brings it back up ice. Turns on the Jets, gains the blue line. Up along the far boards, tries to put it in front to Mears. Pass broken up. Back behind the net. They whip it around, and that one is going to get the glass. And that could be a delay of game call.
Yeah, he's going to call it. Defenseman for Missouri come around the net. He shot the puck. It went up on edge. Got right up onto the glass over the screen. And who is it, 14? He's going to be gone for 2 minutes for delay of game. Ludwig.
Trevor Ludwig. Yeah. So it's a two-man advantage for the Komets.
18 seconds left. The face-off stays in the Missouri zone, and we got an extra man plus the goalie. 6-on-4 out there. Come on, guys.
Two-man advantage.
Crowder taking the draw.
And this is a huge face-off. Puck is dropped. Crowder wins it. Goes to Belzile. Here's Southbourne. Here's a shot. Save. Made. Comes down in the corner. Down to 12 seconds. Comes out. Comes up. Southbourne hangs on to it. 8 seconds. Southbourne to Szydlowski. High spot. Down low. One-timer by Bourke. It goes wide. Comes to 3 seconds. Another shot. Loose in front. It's still loose. Where is it?
Still
2 seconds. And it's in. And the Komets are saying it's in, but the buzzer has blown.
No red light on either.
Nothing. And now we have got
a scrap.
A scrap. Bourke takes his man. The puck is clearly out of the net. The way the Komets reacted, they're saying it went in, but the red light never came in.
The red light never came on. The referee never indicated. But there's a scrap right there. Bourke and whoever he got tangled up with, and they went over the top of the net and everything. So
right now it looks like the game has concluded.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. With a good, strong effort at the end here to come back and do what they did, as Missouri wins the game 4-3, but heads up for Saturday, guys. It'll be a big, big game then.
Well, if there's one thing that was proven tonight, the Komets can certainly skate with the best team in the ECHL. Outshot them 40-20. They really took the game to Missouri, really through the first 10 minutes of the second period, and even here in the third period, even after having to kill off that 5-minute major to start the third period. But really it came down to that too many men, bench minor, just a mental mistake by Paul Crowder that resulted in a power play goal by Missouri in the third period. That ends up being the difference. So we'll see what happens Friday night.
Well, it's a good effort. There's no doubt about it. We had our scoring chances, out shooting them 40-20. And I thought at the start of the third period there, when we were shorthanded for 3 minutes, we had 3 or 4 great scoring chances. We could have got a shorthanded goal, and we weren't able to put the puck by Milner, and that was the difference right there. We never, ever got the lead in this game and never had Missouri chasing us.
All right, that'll do it. Our final score is 4-3. We'll take a break, and we'll have our post-game report in just a minute. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
All right, you ready? Whistle.
Yep.
Confetti.
Mm-hmm.
Balloons.
Yep, let's roll.
Oh, nice.
Get ready to celebrate because Roll Up the Rim to Win is back at Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop with all new 2016 Honda Civics, LG 4K OLED TVs, $5,000 prepaid cards, plus Tim cards and millions of coffee and food prizes. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting coffee, millions of prizes. No purchase necessary. Approximate odds at outset are 1 in 6. Game ends April 17th or while cup supplies last. See rules and restaurant.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We build our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets, an auto mechanic service to fit your busy life.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
WOWOAM Fort Wayne. Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry.